show called Limit Break Radio is paid for by stupid morons with bad taste, like Ryoku Maximum Weeaboo Kolnamo, Ryuichi, less popular than Scuro Kusanagi, and Miri, more dollars than Common Sense Kennett. You dumbasses are fucked in the head. If you have too much money, waste it by giving it to shitty people via patreon.com/limitbreakradio and by Peoples and Places. Tired of the monotony of dragon slaying day in and day out? If so, then we invite you to explore the theater of the mind in our newest creation, People and Places, edition 3.14. People and Places is a tabletop role-playing game which allows you to let your wildest imaginations run rampant. Will you become a mighty construction worker, moving I-beams to create buildings? Or perhaps a cunning used car salesman, always scoping out the best deals? You could even be the all-powerful accountant Milton, who commands the arcane energies of spreadsheets. Explore the vast world of Earth as you make your daily commute to and from job. Can you find the balance of your professional career and maintain a healthy family life? Find out in People and Places edition 3.14, brought to you by Accountants of the Cubicle.
Live from Eorzea.
Limit Break. With your hosts, Ala Mhigo.
Now behold the horror you have wrought.
Kahlo.
I said don't take your clothes off.
Juxtaposition.
I don't get it.
Ascalia.
Holy shit, totally forgot about him.
And Mika.
Oh my god.
LimitBreakRadio.com.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to Limit Break Radio, episode 106. Thanks for joining us here today. Appreciate having you along. Twitch.tv/Limit Break Radio is where you can find the show at 4 p.m. Eastern. If you're catching us on the podcast and you want to catch the show live, you can do that by just joining us at 4. Twitch.tv/Limit Break Radio is where that happens. And if you join us live, you can call us 810-515-8715, Limit Break Radio on Skype, limitbreakradio.com/Discord for the daring who want to share their opinions. Thanks for joining us. We are live from Eorzea. If you'd like to join us, you can head on over to the Sargentana server and join us at the Goblet, 5th Ward, plot number 30. It's where you can find the Limit Break Radio studios. Pretty empty these days, even with that big that big story patch that we supposedly got this week. Ugh. Servers are still very empty.
You know what's bigger than our story patch?
What's
our
that?
dick stage.
Oh yeah, that's right.
We didn't have a stick stage. Dick stage.
A stick stage.
What
is a stick? Juxta, can you tell me what a stick stage is?
A stick gauge is where you take your stick, but you have to gauge how long it is first. So you just measure it up against Kahlo's 9.5.
Do you do that before you shove it in the pee hole?
Why are you shoving sticks in your pee hole?
Freudian slip.
Sounds like something that you'd be into. I mean, with your penis mongering and...
That's a different show.
No.
We need continuity.
I'm creating continuity for the 125 people that bothered to tune in for that train wreck.
Confirmed. Juxta not into sounding. Interesting. Would not have guessed.
Welcome to the show. Thanks, guys, for joining us. Appreciate having y'all along. All 190 of you joining us right here at the top of the show. And, it's funny. When we challenge the trolls, they seem to get worse.
Right? They're just copying people.
I know. No, it's one of those things where it's like if you go up to someone and say, "Tell me something funny right now."
Right.
You're like,
yeah,
nothing.
Sorry.
it really is a pretty pitiful attempt.
I know. You know what I miss?
What?
I miss the days of Reddit hating us.
Right?
Oh, they were good.
I don't know if I'd say they were good.
Well,
No,
but
no,
were better.
Honestly, when we sit back and we look at all of the trolls, when we consider all of the different
We've had a lot.
mediums that people have tried to get one over on us, I'm gonna say I have a special place in my heart for guild work.
Guild work tried real hard.
They really
They
did.
put effort into it.
They did.
when they refused to watch us, so they watched us through somebody else's stream.
right.
Guild work.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
Oh, that was fun.
That was oh my gosh. I miss those days.
Yeah.
Guild work. Do I need to send you a Valentine?
Do we need to make you relevant again?
What a weird world where we miss guild work.
I know, right?
I mean, we're the only ones, but
Yeah.
How are you a superpower?
They were. Come on. they never even came close. Anyway, we
They
appreciate.
had their moment during the hunt.
They
when
did.
it first came out.
They did. Where the software was almost relevant.
Yeah.
I mean, it was relevant enough for us to discuss, but I don't know if it.
Well, what was most relevant
On a
wasn't even
wider
the
scale.
software; it was the toxicity that it created within the community.
That's right.
So, congratulations, Guildwork! You were relevant because you turned people into assholes.
I kind of miss those days of the game. To be honest with you, I'm not gonna lie.
They were like unsung heroes.
Well, I mean, just the whole competition that was brought in from hunts and how fun that was to just be, giving each other
The
shit about
urgency
it.
of, oh shit, I gotta get there. I gotta get
It
there.
was good.
We gotta get there before Sun Gohan pulls.
That's right.
Too late.
Son Gohan.
You never get there before Sun
yeah,
Gohan.
no,
He's
never.
the son of fucking Gohan. What more? I mean, what do you want from us? God damn.
Goku.
That's his grandfather.
Yeah, that was his grandfather. He's the grandson of Goku.
I don't think they know how this works. No, they don't. Anyway, but yeah, no, I miss. There's a part of me that really misses those days. That looks back on that with fondness instead of today, where you have, just
Nothing.
no one signed on, and
You've got copy and pasting what people have said in chat.
Yeah.
Not great. You've got the age old I am calling, they won't answer.
Right.
Not great.
Yeah.
Was great 2 years ago. 2 years ago that was funny.
yeah,
Time's passed.
Yeah, because here's the thing: is that we do answer, like,
Or all
they're
caps.
just not calling.
All caps lock and just pasting the same thing over and over and over
Right.
again.
Maybe we're not giving them the proper credit. Maybe Skuro's failing to take the call.
That is entirely possible.
We don't have Kooky here. I know Kooky put in front of the line.
He is incompetent. I mean, his incompetence is staggering.
But is it that staggering? I don't think it is.
No, next to these trolls, he looks like a Mensa member by comparison.
Jesus.
I mean,
does, yeah.
it really is like third grade shit. Like this is the trolling that people used to do, like if they had siblings in the back of the car to annoy your parents, you'd just be copying your
yeah.
sibling until they'd want to
That's
belt you.
exactly what this is.
This-
Not
these-
touching you.
These
Not touching you.
Exactly.
Not touching you.
That's exactly what they think they're doing, and they think they're being like clever too. When it's really, it just shows how sad and alone they've been for their entire lives because they don't even know that this is like way past the point of like it's not even annoying funny.
This is ironic trolling. They understand how bad it is, which is why it's so good because it's bad.
we're bad.
Yeah.
They're trolling as a
Ironic,
metaphor
please.
for our show.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Except they don't know what metaphor means.
Doesn't really work when you openly acknowledge what the fuck they're doing, does it?
No.
Kind of deflates the whole thing.
It does.
Now they're just defensive.
Now they're just sad.
Like a used condom.
It's kind of cute. It's only, I mean,
Used condoms are not cute.
no. Well,
What?
I mean, depending on the context, but
Okay, give us a context where the used condom is cute.
It is cuter than the child that it might make otherwise.
there you go. Saved by Escalia.
That can't feel good.
No, it doesn't.
What color is the condom?
Why does that matter?
If it's a Scalise, it's probably pink. Girl color.
That's something I wonder if they actually make.
Oh, I'm sure they do.
They make
flavored condoms,
condoms. So
yeah.
you don't think they make colored condoms?
Of course they do.
I'm sure they make colored condoms, but do they make pink ones?
Why would they not?
I don't know.
Tragic heretic saying that used condoms aren't cute. That's not true. We just proved it otherwise.
He's on a slow delay, okay? Relax.
You're welcome.
Oh, and the troll actually copy and pasting the name as well. Oh, you can't even use your troll technique properly.
That's next level tier.
Oh God, it's so bad.
I know.
I feel so sad for you.
Anyway, all right. So let's check out what's going on in FF14 news.
This is a limit-breaking news update.
Let the week countdown till Stormblood commence. We are
God.
11 weeks away from Stormblood.
11 weeks.
11 short weeks.
11 weeks.
You thought this was a shit show now.
Yeah.
This is gonna get progressively shittier.
Yeah, wait till May 29th.
Here's what I want you to do. Starting today, when you need to take a dump, just go start a pile in your backyard, all right? And that pile is going to increase at an exponential rate, just like our shittiness here is going to.
If you,
Hello,
yeah,
did you enjoy watching me pee?
how are we gonna fill an 11-week void? An 11-week void. That's 11 episodes of shit that we have to just come up with.
I think for 1 week we should log into Balmung and just read the chat.
Yeah, go into the quicksand on Balmung and read the chat.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to be disappointed. There's not going to be as much ERP as you want, but there's going to be lots of roleplay.
No.
Yeah, I know, it's disappointing.
Everything about Balmung is disappointing, Escalia.
You can't even ERP correctly.
Oh, I'm sure there's plenty of ERP, just not in public chat.
Then what's the point? Anyway, so more 7-Eleven in-game items are coming to Japan.
Oh, good.
Yay!
Thank heaven.
Heavensward.
All right, what kind of items we got?
So, actually, you know what? Let me bring this up on screen so that people can actually see this.
Yeah, bring it up on the stream so I can see it.
Why did you have to say it like that?
Oh my God, I was thinking the same.
Why did you have to say it like that?
You said that like you were 4 strokes away from orgasm.
Please, never ever do that again.
Well, I was.
Ugh. All right. So Eastern Battle Staff.
That thing looks so stupid.
That's a dildo.
For,
I was gonna say that looks like
Oh
the
my
pole.
God, it
That's
does.
the pole arm that Escalia would equip for his ERP sessions on Balmung.
Actually, I think there was a polearm in FF11 that looked like that. Isn't that what the Wyvern Perch looked like?
It's made for deep thrusting.
No, I'll say it is.
Oh, jeez. This is what I'm saying. Like, remember last week when we were going over all of those fan entries for armor and shit, and I was just like, look, the whole idea of like every job getting a samurai version of their job armor. I mean, it's happening. Look, this is for Lancers. This is what Lancers.
No, God, you're right. Yeah,
it says
Weapon.
Eastern Battle Staff for Lancers and Dragoon, and look at all of that attire. Yep, you're all going to be able to look like fucking weebs
But
now.
you can't have it
Congrats.
because you can't get to a 7-Eleven in Japan.
That said, Reaper in the chat called it a dick stick, which I am totally on board with it now.
It's a double-headed dick stick.
It's a dick stick. And
Yeah, that's So there's the Eastern attire. There you go. You get to see that in a. I don't know what that fuck that.
They get a
pose
fucking
is.
Goku cloud.
They get a Goku cloud.
A Goku cloud.
Nimbus.
I wonder if there's gonna be lightning coming out of that. That'd actually be kind of cool.
And an Inferno
I love my waifu.
Do we really need another version of the primal headwear?
I don't know.
I mean, it's a little cooler,
The
but
Titan one looks pretty epic.
the Titan one is pretty silly.
They've already have this. We already have this in the game.
Do we?
This is
Where?
last year's.
What?
Really?
It is?
Yes.
I don't remember.
They had a Titan face like that?
Yes.
Why have you never worn it? That would be right up your alley.
Yeah.
It looks terrible.
Right up your alley.
Yeah.
It looks like you.
Right up your alley.
So, butler and housemaid attire
Yeah,
and white fat chocobo.
Oh yeah, the original Fat Choco mount. Debuted in both Japan and North America in 2016. Yeah, they do all already exist in the game.
Great.
Told you.
So if you happen to be in Japan, you want items that already exist.
Well, but that's all for the other shit. I mean,
Yeah.
the big ones were the Eastern attire and the dick stick.
The dick stick.
The big one.
The big one. That's available from yesterday until May 7th. So,
Coolio.
if you're in Japan and you give a shit, go to 7-Eleven, I guess. Let's see what else we got here. So some new. There's what is this? What is this even? This is just
Potential veteran rewards?
Yeah, there's some some players.
it's just a conversation about it, though. Like, I don't understand why this was linked as a
You fell for
as
the
an
clickbait.
article. It really is. Yeah, that's really all it is. Is that it's a
Who
Reddit
made this
discussion.
outline?
Seriously, did you put this on here?
I didn't.
Juxta?
I put the thing on the thing, but I didn't make it on the outline. I think
I'm still blaming you then.
Wait, what? The
What?
thing on the so you put it in like the thread?
I put it in the thread, but I didn't make the outline.
It
The
doesn't-
thread of FF14
Okay.
news.
Yes.
Then you're to blame.
Yeah.
I put it in the fucking.
Why would you though?
Why?
Because he just read the headline. He didn't look to see if it was credible.
Yeah, just throw the shit in there. Let someone else figure that
Oh
shit
my
out.
fucking god!
I just collect the shit, okay?
You are an active deterrent to this show. Like, you actively make it worse by your
He
participation.
does the same thing for Final Encountercast. I remember
I know.
last week I had to take off 2 of his submissions into little things. I'm like, those aren't gaming related.
Because we only talk about gaming related.
They're terrible things that have happened, but let's leave that to the real news sources.
Yeah, like
Don't you want to talk about terrible things?
no. Why would you?
I want to talk about terrible things if it's gaming. Terrible things that happened.
My God.
I don't understand. You don't want to talk about what's terrible in the world?
Is this why you keep putting things about pizza delivery people on there?
Yeah, that's very relevant. How do
No.
you not game and eat pizza?
Oh my
Duh. It's like peas and carrots in a pod.
What?
Okay. I think we need to demote him back to intern, where he has just no editorial power on the show, on any shows, really. Honestly, like, this is this is becoming frustrating because it's like now I have to like make sure that I'm reading through everything that we put on the outline in case there's a juxta bomb in there. It's like Minesweeper.
It's like Minesweeper.
It's not a fun game for
can play
people
a
to
game.
listen to.
Play a game while you read the outline. And really, to be honest,
This
you
is
really
like-
should be reading outlines before the show.
This
It's
is like
Minesweeper without the numbers.
Just hashtag you Juxta.
Thank you.
No.
Thank you. This is like Juxta's version of Saw. He's like, want to play a game? We're going to have 9 different articles that you have to read for news, and only 4 of them will be relevant. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah,
That's 5 minutes of your life you're never getting back.
yeah, but that movie got like 7 sequels.
Yeah, so that doesn't really give us much hope, does it?
No, it doesn't. This joke is just going to go on and on and on until, I don't know, maybe he dies? Question mark?
Diabetes.
Is that going to be a news segment when he dies?
No.
That's gaming related.
Local gaming icon dead.
World famous gaming icon.
Juxtaposition, always be game over.
All right. So one of the biggest news items. This got a lot of attention on social media. I think all of the Facebook groups were talking about this at some point. But the free trial is now extending beyond the 14-day limitation, and now there are new limitations that come along with the free trial associated for FF14. It says we are pleased to announce that the 14-day limitation on the free trial has been removed, and the adventure can continue for as long as you want. Additionally, users who participated in the free trial but never upgraded to the full game will be able to continue where they left off on their account. So there are restrictions that do come along with
No,
this.
it said for as long as you want.
No,
Fantasy is free to play now.
it's not.
It is.
It's not free to play. Not totally. It's up to, what is it, level 30 something?
35.
There it
yeah.
is, 35, yeah. There's the details right there.
So if you're going to go for that, maybe don't pick Dark Knight Machinist or Astrologian.
Yeah, you may
Wait. So
make
what
it a
if-
very short experience.
What if you stop at 34 and then you switch jobs?
Yeah, can you get every job up to level 34?
Yeah.
It sounds like it.
Go past 35.
Yeah.
No, once you hit 35 the first time, it stops. You have to pay now.
Delete your game.
So straight up, when you said like that this was like one of the biggest pieces of news and everyone was talking about it, I like looked at my phone to double check I was on the right news article. This is considered big news. Damn it, Essie.
Yeah, I mean, every single person was talking about this shit.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I thought they were all complaining about the patch.
We'll get there.
Oh.
Yeah, it's spoilers.
Spoilers. The patch might have been really awesome.
Rejected.
Oh, I love that RPG.
So anyway, yeah, if you're interested in trying to get someone to play this game with you, because God knows that's what we could use at this point, then send them on over to the Lodestone and they can continue on their 14-day or their now 14-day free trial. Goddamn birds. Seriously, between the two shows, you hear that? It's like why even have the windows closed at this point? Like,
Shut up, you know what?
It's like doing the fucking show with the
what's
exposed
worse
to the elements.
What's worse?
So irritating.
Have you actually been paying attention to like Scuro in chat, like trying to get people to call in? Like Kooky always like poses like these really deep and meaningful questions. Scuro's like, think Juxta's a troll? Call us up.
Oh my god. Scuro, how are you actively bad at this? Like, it doesn't make sense. You have like 2 responsibilities overall, and neither. Oh my god.
Stop shaming me! Like, in his head, people would he thinks people would rather call in to talk about Juxta being a troll than talk about the fact that there's no longer a 14-day limitation on free trials.
There's, like,
Why
honestly...
would anyone want to talk about either of those things?
Dude, have you ever gone back and looked at the way that he does the tags on the YouTube videos?
No.
Because we've asked him to kind of do the, take helm YouTube for us.
Right, yep.
And, dude, he'll, like, put...
Swap Juxta with Scuro.
Whoa. Wait, no, I don't want Scuro on drops.
You know what?
Well, he couldn't do drops, but he could be on the show and Juxta could do calls.
Sorry, Maternex. That's not worth only 100 bits. You're going to have to up the ante on that one if you want to actually see that happen.
A few more digits.
That's sarcasm.
A lot of digits.
What?
No, that wasn't sarcasm at all.
You're meaning like there's no amount of bits ever for that.
No, I definitely.
Fools.
There's a number.
I definitely have a number in my head.
And if they hit it, you're going to call duty and Scuro's coming on the show.
Yeah.
Because the people will have spoken at that number.
Felicia Chu says 10,000 at least?
What?
10,000. What is that? $1,000?
I have no idea how many.
No, that's
dollars
$100.
that is.
I actually,
$100.
I don't. Yeah,
No,
I don't know what the exchange rate.
It's 1 to a penny.
Just chop off 2 zeros at the end.
And that's
That's
it.
how
So
many
that was
dollars.
that was $1.
Each bit is a cent.
Yeah, we're gonna need like $500 at least.
Wait, for one episode or to permanently boot
Like
Juxta?
right now. Yeah.
Screw the rules,
No,
I have money.
Not to permanently. I don't think we
For
can.
one episode.
For an episode. Yeah.
Sure, yeah, $500 maybe, yeah.
Not a real number. Don't try to reach it.
Yeah, don't do it.
Fans, don't do it.
Don't stop. I can see you guys right now.
I know.
Well, yeah, Dodoy.
Put your stupid wallets away. Okay?
Because you're stupid idiot morons.
Don't
Just stop throwing your money away.
Don't make this happen. I feel like a dad going like,
50,000 bits
"What are
for
you
10
doing?"
minutes. Holy crap.
God, no, don't do that. Anyway, so
Where were we?
no, you should definitely see the way that he tags videos. Sometimes he puts the dumbest possible tags on there, like. He doesn't do any of the obvious shit. He does...
That'll bring people to our channel.
He only does the bits of the show that he remembers, right? So if there was a bit about Overwatch that he liked, he'll tag Overwatch. But if we did 40 fucking minutes on PewDiePie or YouTube, no, that's not a tag. Why would you tag that? Why would you?
Scuro.
God damn it.
Scuro.
Anyway, new optional items have been added. It's the Sir Amric stuff.
Oh. Or...
And there's other stuff
There's
too.
a few other things. They added some cool new weapons, but only for like 4 or 5 classes.
Because that's all other stuff there is.
There's no ninja. I would have bought ninja daggers. You could have got my money, Square Enix. I would have done it begrudgingly.
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 And Ishgard.
You didn't, so now you don't get my money.
So this is what they look like.
It's cold.
I'm not...
The armor too.
Yeah. Well,
I like
The Emmerich has haircut with it too.
Can you dye the Emmerich armor?
No.
That's dumb.
I like the top for the armor. I just don't like the dress.
That's the first time you've ever said that.
Yeah.
I know. Well, no, I've had plenty of dresses that I hate, but believe me, you do not care about that. Oh my God, that chocobo barding. Ew.
You know what it needs, though?
To not be made.
No, it needs leg capes.
Oh, leg capes.
It would be better if it had leg capes. That's what I think.
You are good.
Yeah. That barding is horrendous.
Isn't that barding from a past event?
Yeah. It's from one of the.
Wait a
hatching
minute.
events, yeah.
Is it just me, or does that barding actually have leg capes?
No, those look like leg warmers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There might
It's
be
not
some
long
kind of
enough to be
like
a cape.
Yeah, no.
Like a cape, like kind of just touches the ground a little bit, like tickles the balls.
Flutters behind you.
Except tickles the
flutters the-
floor.
Oh, okay.
That is not what you said.
What did you hear?
You said that it barely touches the floor and tickles the balls.
Wow,
Where the
that's
fuck are your
weird.
balls at?
What are you hearing there, guy?
Do we need to have an intervention, Juxta? Are you okay?
Lloyd in the chat had a great idea.
Is
Ball cape.
Shut up. We're talking about this, okay? Because what I have trouble reconciling with this is I don't understand how his brain arrives at some of these connections and conclusions. Like, honestly, I think that there might be something wrong with you. Like, tumor wrong with you.
Juxta.
It's not a tumor.
Juxta.
What?
Is your penis okay?
He's,
Goes and
he's feeling
checks.
it. He's feeling it.
Well, I mean, it doesn't feel any bad.
Dude, that was more than 3 strokes. That's playing with it.
Yes.
Is your scrotum okay? Is there something we need to know? I mean, have you been seen by a doctor? Are you trying to let us? Okay.
But not like a penis doctor.
Did you turn your head and cough?
No.
Then you need to do that at some point in your life. That's an important checkup.
Yeah. Kinda.
I don't know what that's supposed to do.
I just want to point
Am I
out.
supposed to fall off if I do that?
I just want to point out that he had really strong eye contact with Escalia while he was doing that.
That's very
That
true.
was not. He didn't just cough into the microphone to make the sound to make you think that he was cupping his balls in the studio. No, that was a real ball cup.
He wasn't even cupping. He was like squeezing and stroking as he looked at me there. That was weird.
Intense, unbroken eye contact while it happened.
Prolonged eye contact.
Well, I mean, yeah, we're Red Mage brothers now.
Okay, that was not on the sign-up sheet. I want you to know.
Was there really a sign-up sheet?
Well, he had me sign something.
Admittedly,
I wish I had read it more.
The fine print?
No,
Idiot.
and now I wish I had.
Anyway,
You're some kind of moron, you know that?
the Hatching Tide event starts 2 days. If you want to do it,
Who gives a shit?
it goes through the 17th.
Well, I mean, the picture has like that Mikote riding the egg, and that's pretty good fapping material.
Jesus.
I'm
not happy that I checked to double see if it does. It does.
Yeah, look at that. That's a good position.
Wow.
Right? Yeah, look at that.
Damn.
That's unfortunate. That is inappropriate.
You know who
this
that
is this is what juxtaposition is talking about.
That is unfortunate.
That's what he's fapping.
I think I need to.
The eggs do it for me.
I think I need to echo the sentiment of this poor Lalafell that looks terrified.
What is he thinking, Aniro?
Who, the Lalafell?
Yep. What's going through his head right now?
I'm gonna die in a snatch egg, and I don't want to do that.
Yeah, that's about right.
He's literally about to be crushed. There's about to be a murder there.
By her snatch egg, yeah.
That's
And
correct.
he does not want that.
No.
Why would you not?
He told us. Yeah. What about the chocobo? What the? Look at that thing.
I'm more concerned about this person down here at the bottom who
He's
is being
preparing.
fucked in the ass right now.
He is preparing for it.
No. I know that look. He is being fucked in the ass right now. Preparing for it's got gritted teeth. Having it actually happen has that inaudible moan that you didn't want to let escape.
That wasn't information I needed in my life.
That's okay.
Okay.
I meant to do that.
Clearly, because it finished all the way. I just noticed that the Lalafell is actually wearing girder straps, like there's something holding up the leggings there.
Yep, you're
correct. That's a little naughty.
That looks straight up like the rump cock.
Actually, I think that might be a female Lalafell then. I don't think the males have that. I checked.
It might be. It might be. I just don't know.
Why is it a celebration of fright and excitement?
I don't know, but that Spriggan is enjoying it way too much.
Why did they like, oh yeah, Easter, scary stuff?
You know how Geely is. She is just all about that egg. Yo.
Surprise! I don't know. Like
raping!
I don't know.
Surprise sex.
Surprise butt sex. There we go.
The event is you have all these eggs that you crack open and there's prizes in them, but in some of them there's Geely and she's gonna rape you.
At least Square Enix knows that this is the gayest event that they put on.
I'm looking forward to Pokemon Go's Easter event. It's gonna be way better. Lots of eggs.
Executes. That's the only one.
Oh man, you're right. There's gonna be executes everywhere.
Yeah, but you know that they're gonna turn down the how much you have to walk per egg. No,
Oh, please, please,
nice.
yes,
no,
please.
that'll be it. Anyway, all right. Let's see what else do we have here. The winners of the Bright Eyed Superstars contest. What the fuck is
that?
this?
Their fucking idol contest that they had.
Oh no,
Nika went wild for this. That's the only reason that I remember.
I forgot.
is that why she's
about
been
this.
wearing that in Raid every week? Oh,
Come on.
I forgot that this was a thing. Yeah, let's.
oh no.
I guess let's.
oh no.
Let's just watch every single person have the exact same glamour on. That'll be fun.
So, yeah, here's the grand prize winner. It really is. It's almost all of the exact same fucking thing over and over again.
Pro tip, Square Enix, don't have like...
Actually, the third one's not bad.
The third one's pretty good.
Third one's not bad. I'm kind of into
I
it.
like the hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did a nice. I mean, it was a nice job posing and framing.
They chose a really, really good like background drop too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The other two. I don't.
What is the backdrop of the first one? Where are they?
It looks like they're up near Zenith. And they've got one of those protect bubbles. That they're in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. All right.
They're on one of the floating islands up there. But I mean, like, all of this seems really easy to do with the posing thing that
G-pose?
Yeah, G-pose and iCam.
Yeah. So, I mean, they're all kind of compositionally okay, but. All right, I guess whatever.
That was a thing.
Yeah, you guys got things for it. Congratulations, I guess.
Well, that was dumb.
It really was. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, yeah.
Oh!
That's right. Daddy of Light. Daddy of Light
Was
is
actually an elaborate April Fool's joke.
no, sure wasn't.
April Fools wasn't April Fools.
Sure was not. It's coming to Netflix.
Oh my god, we're gonna get to watch it over here.
Oh yeah.
Will we get in trouble if we live stream an episode and talk over it?
Probably.
Do we care?
Do we care? Oh, damn.
Maybe not.
What we have to do is have a watching party where we can stream ourselves and everyone watches it together.
Dude, we got 11 weeks of content to fill in. This sounds like it could fill one.
Wait, just one
Can we watch the whole thing?
per episode?
Can we act it out, Daddy?
Hang on, Scuro. What the fuck? Hey guys, bet you like posing like your favorite kawaii J-pop bands? Oh my God, that's you-chan. Call Skype. What are you doing?
You're not even giving them a reason to call. You're not like, hey, call and tell us this. You're just like, you like J-pop, call us.
You even know what the fuck we're trying to get people to actually call in about.
Oh my God.
We want calls. We want you to be lining up calls about 3.56.
I mean, look.
How hard is this?
You're being more creative, but you're not actually fixing what we wanted you to fix.
God damn it.
You're supposed to be enticing people to call in. God.
Where's Kooky? I miss Kooky.
Yeah, we need Kooky back right now.
I mean, she's at WonderCon, and that's great for her, but
we need
her here.
She needs to never go to any more cons. She can't take another weekend off.
Ever.
Never.
She got a picture with a guy from Gotham. That's great, but
She
I
got
want
an
to hear.
autograph from a bunch of the Gotham people.
Oh, that's cool.
Anyway, so I guess there's a new There's a new preview.
Oh, there's a new trailer?
There's a new trailer.
Let's spend 45 minutes ripping it apart.
Do you guys want to watch it?
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't get to watch the last one with
It's
you guys.
only 30 seconds long.
What do you mean? Yeah, you were here, weren't you?
No, I was
it's
gone that week.
30 seconds? Let's
that
pass over it.
That was Norris.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Norris was here with you guys.
The good person.
Kidding, obviously.
Got your back, fam. Sticky.
Gross.
That's how red mages do it.
Apparently, that's how red mages do it.
All right, look, I guess let's take a look at Daddy of Light.
Trailer number 2.
Coming to Netflix. Oh, no.
Ah, yeah.
They were we not
actually have the father and the son together on screen now.
did they not hear our criticisms of the Yodel the first fucking hour and 45 minutes that we ripped on that piece of shit?
The guy on the left looks like he's being told his dog died.
You can already see the rift that's blooming between them.
Blooming?
Yeah.
Rifts don't bloom.
They do in this
They
case.
fracture.
Did you know Daddy of Light is based on a true story? All those cringe-worthy scenes are from pictures taken directly from the Sun's blog. It all really happened. For real.
For real.
It sounded
That voice was so perfect.
That sounded so resigned to it happened. For real.
Who's this voice? Because I want this to be our voice from now on.
Yeah, I want to.
This is actually really good.
Nail that one down. I like his like sort of like disaffected way that he says things.
Real.
Which voice is that?
Joey?
Joey. We're gonna keep
All right,
Joey.
All right, we're changing.
No.
Hey, stop it.
Nope. Don't you dare change it.
That was the clicking noise. The boop.
Look at the dad, though. He feels like he's... You know, I think this right here is the scene after they've ERP'd a few times. And the son comes clean to the dad that it's been me all along. And we actually have a good relationship. But the dad's walking away and he's hurt.
No.
And the boy's like, I can't believe like you're throwing this all away.
No. See, they're looking at someone else. Right now, the person that they both also are ERP with, they've just met up with them in real life and the bombshell has just been dropped.
Yeah. Yeah.
Inappropriate.
But the son doesn't care.
Oh, no. That son, he's traumatized. That is trauma.
No, because he's watching the dad walk away. He still loves him. He's
they're right next to each other, aren't they?
Finally, he's like walking away. Press play. You can see he's like walking. The son's like standing still.
Okay, I'll back it up.
Okay.
All right.
Back that ass up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
He's
He's
definitely
walk away. Yeah.
What is this? Final Fantasy 14. No, you know what? He's reading it. He's like, oh, Leave Quest. Those sound so exciting. That's so interesting. I can change my class based on the weapon I use. Revolutionary.
Oh my God. He does. How does one man look so perplexed of holding a video game?
The thought in his head right now is, this doesn't look like a DVD.
They've come a long way since Mario Brothers.
Oh my God.
By the way, is that a 3DS case?
No,
that's
definitely a PS3.
No, yeah.
Right.
They're short. Yeah,
That's
they're
a full
short.
case. That's a full case.
He's not going to be able to play in like 11 weeks.
He looks like the last piece of technology that he held was a laser disc. You know, like he looks so like confused by what is this? What actually is this that I'm holding?
That man, I bought a Panasonic 3DO and hasn't touched video games since. It was the worst use of $600 in his life, and he has not touched video games since.
This seems like a guy who, yeah, he may have never touched a video game before, and he's looking at it like it came from Mars.
No, actually, Scythe in the chat is pointing out what he's actually saying. What the fuck? PS3, cheap bastard.
Oh my God. All right, let's but I think you were right in that scene previous. Yeah, the dad is definitely in this scene right here.
He's
the
walking
dad definitely
away.
is walking away.
And the dad's torn, or the son is torn. Like they finally rekindled some form. I mean, sure, it's perverted and fucking weird, but it's better than nothing, right?
Right.
I love you.
Okay.
By the way,
I'd even kiss a dude.
By the way, non-Heavensward version of the game. Just pointing that out.
Oh my god!
He'll upgrade and when he gets to 50.
You think they're going to tease the new artwork in the show for Stormblood?
No.
Like they do with other shows that people actually watch? Oh my god. This is so terrible. All right, let's back it up because I want to hear that yodel again. Because the yodel's my favorite part.
And you wanted them to take it out.
No, well, I'm just shocked that they would keep it in after we.
How could they not?
Well, I mean,
it was such a hit with us.
I love it at this point because it's so outwardly terrible. But why anyone else would like it or why they think that it would be a good marketing technique?
I don't know, the same reason they like us.
Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy.
Like, I don't want to just make fun of his accent, but oh my god.
No, is that the same scene that the dad picked it up in? Like, I feel like the dad came in...
Is that a cut to him?
Like,
oh, yeah.
Yeah,
the dad's asking, what is this?
Like, the dad came in to scold him, and he picks it up, and the son's just like, yes, play the game.
Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy.
Like, yeah, it's like he's telling him about Jesus for the first time. You know what I mean?
He came in and his son was ERPing with someone. He's like, what is this you're doing? Is it this game here? Oh. I see the draw.
Final Fantasy.
Arigato, racist.
E.T. Fieldro.
Final Fantasy.
I like having my own version of drops over here.
So, Final Fantasy.
All right, really quick aside. Skuro's newest attempt. Hey, fuckers, did you like 3.56 MSQ? What did you think of the Weeb Samurai? Did you rub one out to King Ghidorah versus Mecha Omega? Call us on Skype. That's a little bit better, Scuro.
That was good.
Job.
They're starting to dial it in.
I like that one.
At least it goes with the open of the show.
Hey, fuckers. What did that say down there in the corner?
Here we go. He's about to be walked in, jacking off.
Oh, dude, that is totally what they're setting up. That is that's the name of the band that does them. Glay.
But it says the other end of the globe. I
think like, that's the name of the song.
Oh, see, what I thought was that they had some friend in game from America because they want to get that demographic in
named
there.
Glay.
That's the in-game name.
No,
it's also a play on words because that character's totally gay.
No,
Glay. But why would you call it the other end of the globe when they live in the same house?
Because that's how they feel emotionally. They're on the other end of the globe.
It represents
they're in the same room, but they're so far apart.
It represents the deep gulf between father and son.
The deep blossoming gulf.
That must be
filled.
It must be
gonna be filled with something, all right.
With a penis.
The dad just got back from 7-Eleven.
I was trying to be subtle about it, and you guys are just like penises, penetration.
Dude, give up with the subtlety. He's gonna fill it with a gallon of cum, and that's how he's gonna work out.
Oh my god! Speaking of gallons of cum, let's watch. Hang on, let's watch this next scene.
Oh my god!
Where clearly the son is being walked in on by his father. What?
Oh no! The spin around! Look at the dad's face right now.
He spins around and like uses his body to cover the game.
Dude, it is that moment that like you're like, why is he hiding it like porn?
No, look at the look on the dad's face.
Whoa.
The dad's gonna be so upset that it's not porn.
Why? Wait, why? But like, hang on. I need to back this up. Watch his reaction again, because he is reacting like his dad is walking in.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
He's watching like a double gangbang video. Like, that's what you expect out of that reaction.
God.
Who does that?
See, I feel like the dad's like, oh, my son's not gay. He's watching porn. And then, no, he's not. He's playing a game. He's probably still gay.
Who does that? What? Oh, my God.
What room? Is it just his room that he's sitting in? Yeah.
No, I've seen that before.
No.
That is what Juxta does when Anira walks into the room. Take me, Daddy.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. No.
I'm prepared, Daddy.
Really?
I'm ready for that RLRP.
Our resident Nintendo guy didn't go, my body is ready? Really? Really? You failure.
What's that from?
Oh, my God.
Is that from Castlevania? Because I hear that is the best game ever.
No, it lost. It's not.
How could you guys let it lose?
Anyway.
You can play it the same both ways.
Both ways. Jesus.
It's like the Escalia of gaming.
Queer.
Rude. Hang on, I want to back this up. I want to get a slow mo of this.
Oh, God.
Of this reaction, right? Because here we go.
And him flipping around.
Oh! And that's disappointment written on every atom of that man's face.
I cannot get over that look on his face. That is like the look of a face of, you want KFC? Oh my God.
Honestly, no one has this reaction unless they're in the middle of an ERP session. That's like, we took so much shit the last time we did a Daddy of Light trailer.
Why? It was fucking brilliant.
We took so much shit because everyone was like, oh, we get it. You think they're gonna fuck. The joke's not funny anymore. But like,
the joke was hilarious the entire way through.
No,
penis.
Who says that was a joke? That was a straight read of everything that trailer had in front of it. Like, and this
legitimate analysis.
This just supports it. Look,
Confirms
this reaction. No earthly person who's just playing a video game has that reaction. No one.
Nope. Unless you're ERPing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's what the conversation was directly preceding this.
I love it so much. I can't wait for the show to come out.
What?
I wish Nika was here to translate.
I know. Hey, what do you guys think he just said? Hang on, let's back that up. Because the dad comes in, catches the son. What do you think he's saying there? Because he's saying something.
One more time?
It doesn't matter.
I know what it is. No. Dishonor.
That's it.
Dishonor.
Just dishonor.
I don't know.
Whatever the kid's name is, and then dishonor.
I think it was like Private Room 9.
Take off your clothes.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Terrible. Oh my God. All of these looks that they're giving are terrible. Like,
they're realizing.
Yeah, have you noticed that no one has smiled while playing Final Fantasy XIV? This is a very realistic show.
This is Japan. Come on. No one smiles in Japan.
Now, remember in the original trailer, the first time we see the son, he smiles, then there's that split second of his face turning to dread.
Wait, someone in the chat's pointing out that he's holding a tissue.
What?
Ooh.
Can we go back to the epic turnaround one more time? Is he holding a tissue?
Epic turnaround one more time. All right, we'll put it back into slow mo even.
It does go from the chick to him.
Here we go. All right, here we go. It's coming in. Here's the dad. Up.
In his hand, is that a tissue?
Or is that
part of his sleeve?
I don't know. Let's up.
I think that's a tissue.
Holy shit, that does look like a tissue.
He's like, no. I was wiping the screen off.
Oh
no.
Oh, that does definitely look like a tissue. That's a tissue. All right, now we moved it one frame. That is undoubtedly a tissue.
Tissue confirmed.
Confirmation.
Oh my.
That's his jizz rag, right? Like that's
absolutely.
what we're all working towards building the conclusion of.
Maybe he was having an emotional scene while playing 2.0 and he had to wipe the tears away.
Yeah, the tears from his dick.
Well, it's his penis and he can do whatever he wants.
His dick tears.
Dick tears.
He made Minfilia cry.
It's just like dick spit, right?
Why is his dick named Minfilia?
I'm surprised yours isn't.
Well, mine's called Dickphilia.
Of course it is. Of course it is. Of course. No, that makes sense. Okay. Yep. His cat's Mewphilia. His dick is Dickphilia. Of course it is.
I just see like that to me is just the actual scientific attraction to dicks. That's all it is, Dickphilia.
Now I remember why I keep you guys around. All right.
We do make it hard to remember sometimes.
What? Okay. All right. So I think this is a very odd scene right here. First of all, what controller does he have in his hand?
Is that Xbox?
I don't recognize that controller.
Mad Cats.
That is a, I think it's a 360 controller.
Is it?
From here,
it's got
it sure
that
looks
flat.
like
It's
it.
got that flat top to it. I don't think
That's like the battery pack, right?
No, I think
I
that's
don't
a
think
Super
that's right.
Nintendo controller.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
All
definitely
right.
Super Nintendo.
I instantly regret praising you at all whatsoever.
Because do they sell like the Xbox 360 controllers in white? Because the only ones I've ever seen are black.
Racist.
Yeah, sorry.
So also, what is the look on his face? That's not concentration.
No,
that look is this patch is over already.
Holy shots fired.
Son of a bitch! Oh!
Well, that just happened.
Pack it up! Hey, pack it up. We're done. Limit Break Radio's done for today. Good night. It doesn't get any better than that.
Keep listening.
Good
Son of a bitch.
Good joking, Nero.
Holy fuck. That is exactly what that face says.
We've all made that face.
Yep.
Do you think this is the story of how they're spanning the 11 weeks between 2.0 and between 3.0 and 4.0?
It's coming out just in time.
I mean, you know, like when you don't have
art imitates life.
When you don't have FF14 content to rely on, you've got to go to butt stuff, I guess.
And you know what? And here's what they're doing. They could have spent this money to make our patches better, but they're going the FF15 route and making ancillary media instead.
Oh my god.
All right, go to the next scene where it shows the dad. We need to know if they're in the same room or not.
All right, we'll go to the next. No,
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think they're on the same planet.
Right. So different rooms. So this is what's happening in this scene. I believe this is the moment they're making the realization, oh, that's my son. That's dad.
That would be a shocking moment. Although, I feel like this has been I don't think his face has changed in any of the shots that I've seen.
And look, as an actor, I'm going to tell you that what you have to look at with this guy, and he does it very well, is all of his emotions are being conveyed through his eyes.
Oh.
No, this guy has two faces. He has, I just walked in on my son masturbating, and I can't wait till the next time I walk in on my son masturbating. Those are the two faces I've seen so far.
Oh my god. Yeah, it does seem like he's thinking about it quite a bit. All right, let's...
What? Who's this? Who's this?
That's the mom, wasn't it?
Hang on. Well, why? First of all...
She's excited because she's looking at the controller and she's like, the game's bringing them together. She's masterminded the whole thing!
Why is she looking at the controller as if it's like
a metaphor?
She's holding it as if she's never held a device in her entire life.
She's a fucking mom!
She's a woman! Come on!
She's holding it as it, like this clearly doesn't chop my vegetables. I don't know how to interact with it.
Is like this family is never going to work out. You got the kid using a 360 controller, the dad using a PS4 controller.
I think that the dad probably walked through the kitchen and left the controller there. This is her moment where she's like, they're bonding. My plan is working.
Lloyd in the chat, she's looking at it like her Hitachi magic wand.
I'm going to give you that one, Lloyd.
Oh, that's good.
Carlotta pointing out it does have the rumble feature.
So I don't know why they're showing us B-roll of a Japanese airliner commercial.
This lady is supposed to be talking to us about Chinpokomon.
This really does. She looks like she's going to try to sell us airfare to Japan.
This is the closest thing we're going to get from fat material for the cis crowd, okay?
Buy them all, Chinpokomon.
We got the reference. You didn't have to go back to it after it got 0 laughs the first time.
Yeah, what are you, juxtaposition?
Try again. It usually works the third time. Trust me on that one.
They're holding on her for a long time. Whoa, hey, we got Cool Guy in there giving us a point.
Did we just get a finger gun?
We did. Oh yeah, let's take another look at that. We definitely got finger gun from the Cool Guy in the office. Boing!
Boom!
Wow.
Still carrying me through coilator?
That is what that look says. Like, yeah, I'm gonna
raid time, buddy.
I'm gonna take all your loot.
Gonna see you there tonight.
Oh my god. Daddy of Light.
Man, I don't want it to end.
That was horrible. I'm glad that that's over. We didn't get as much out of it as we did the last time.
I know, I'm sad.
I know.
It was only 30 seconds.
You know,
we got a lot out of 30 seconds.
You know,
usually my 30
enough.
seconds is like a tiny explosion.
Oh my god. All right.
What?
Is it even fair to call it an explosion at that time?
It's more like a trickle.
Is it more like a tiny leak? Like, oh, it sprung again. Whoops.
Just comes out the bottom.
Jesus. Did you guys see FF14's April Fool's video?
No.
Tactics Alexander.
Tactics Alexander.
Confirmation that Final Fantasy Tactics is the best game.
So I feel like we definitely should take a look at this because this was actually kind of...
It's pretty cool.
It was kind of cool, yeah. I'm going to get into it. They do this a lot, though, with like the throwback style.
Yeah. With a Titan one.
Y'shtola.
I love the 8-bit version of this song.
Yeah, the music is pretty fantastic.
Spoilers, this is actually better than Alexander.
Actually, you know, not wrong.
Just Square Enix replace Alexander with this.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Could we just get this instead of Alexander? Could we take Alexander out and just have this instead as like its own game?
This is excellent.
I love the music.
This is very clever.
Yes.
Soaking so good.
I want more of this.
This makes me hate Tactics a whole lot less.
Yeah.
Go away, Mide. No one cares.
I love like the pixel art for her.
I know.
Oh my god, that's
the time
so
freeze.
good.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's pretty fantastic, I gotta say.
Oh.
That's pretty excellent. Nice job, Square Enix.
Why isn't that
Outstanding.
real?
I know. Everyone said the same thing about the fighting game that they did the year prior. Mm-hmm. Like, why isn't that a real thing? It would be really cool if some of this stuff existed, but I mean,
instead they
that's
just
a lot
make
of time.
garbage.
That was
pretty cool though. I gotta.
Instead, we get DDM 2. You know what I think happened? I think that DDM 2.0 was supposed to be the April Fool's joke, and somebody mixed them up.
Oh, and Daddy of Light isn't supposed to be the fucking April Fool's joke? Really? Really?
Regardless, somebody mixed them up.
All right, final piece of news before we get into talking about patch 3.56. Remember, we want to take your calls. Limit Break Radio on Skype, 810-515-8715, limitbreakradio.com/Discord. We know that Scuro is answering phones this week. Please prove to us that he is competent enough to get those calls on the air. So make him do his fucking job. Call us, Limit Break Radio on Skype, 810-515-8715 and limitbreakradio.com/Discord. Final piece of news before we move on is that it looks like there is going to be some kind of Stormblood tie-in with WWE or WrestleMania.
This is going to be like last year when the New Day came out in the Saiyan armor. They're going to come out in like samurai gear or something like that.
You think?
Yeah.
As the lady in red.
Well, because...
And no one's going to get the reference.
Well, like New Day...
That's the thing, is that everyone gets the DBZ reference. I don't think nearly half of the crowd would get any of that.
New Day is hosting WrestleMania, and Xavier Woods plays 14. I feel like it's going to come something that they're going to do.
I mean, like, I don't think it's going to be that elaborate. And yeah, we do know that Xavier Woods plays FF14. Shout out to him. We know that he listens to the show.
Love you, Xavier.
But the thing is that, yeah, like, I don't know what to expect from this. I mean, it's pretty cool, like, knowing that, you know, one of the guys actually does play the game and that they might be able to do something cool with it. But I don't think it's going to be that elaborate.
Maybe. I mean, like, I wouldn't have thought... If you had said, what are the odds that they come out dressed in Saiyan armor out of a huge box of Bootios last year, I said, no, they're not going to do something ridiculous like that.
That wasn't last year, was it?
Yeah. Was that just last year?
I thought that was like 2 or 3
Maybe
years
2 years ago.
Yeah. But I mean, keep in mind, they're not even wrestling. They're not even on the card. They're just the hosts.
Yep.
You know what it could be?
They're doing the you know.
Knowing that Xavier Woods plays, maybe they it's kind of like buying ad time, but instead of just buying like a commercial that plays in between, they're actually going to have like a little skit or event thing that happens.
That's what I think, is that there's going to be it's going to be a small plug. Because, I mean, buying a spot on WrestleMania, dude, that's a lot of fucking money right there. I mean, like, if
what else
Square
are they gonna
Enix
spend it on? Their games?
If Square Enix was actually spending they actually laid out money for the promotion of this, then it's definitely, that did not come cheap at all. And it does seem like a weird pairing outside of knowing that Xavier Woods is a fan and plays FF14.
Mm-hmm. Which, you're welcome, Square Enix. You probably never would have known that if it wasn't for us.
I don't know. They might have.
No.
He probably approached Square Enix. I'm gonna guess.
We
I'm gonna guess.
them.
No, I'm gonna guess if that happened, that it was probably him approaching Square Enix.
Yeah, mentioning like having them for up, down, down, or something.
Like that. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I would guess if I had to guess anything.
After we were involved, though.
So there you go. That's basically an hour of news, guys. There's a lot of headlines to talk about this week.
There were, yeah, actually.
Only one bogey in there. Thanks, Juxta.
I'm sorry. I'll do better next time. I'll throw a couple in there.
Do nothing. How about do nothing next time?
I will. Okay. Done.
Did you really think you're gonna have to push hard for that?
Instead,
you usually yell at me for not doing work.
Instead,
now I have a backup.
No. I'm gonna do work that I'm gonna have you do work that you're actually good at.
No, it's too late.
Instead,
you think I'm good? You're so nice, Daddy.
Instead, you can farm drops.
I have lots of drops.
Well, you can farm even more.
Yeah, you were gonna farm Deadpool for drops. Remember?
No.
Yeah.
I don't think Deadpool will be good for drops.
Maximum effort.
No, what would be good would be Rick and Morty season 3, episode 1, which aired yesterday.
And if you missed it, wow,
go
that
fuck
sucks.
yourself.
Yeah, it's pretty unfortunate.
I just realized something. Was Scuro even on the right Skype account for Final Encounter Cast?
Yes.
You're sure?
Yes, I yelled at him.
Okay.
I had to yell at him 3 times, mind you, to get on the right Skype account.
Holy shit.
I'd like to give a shout out to Xanther, who just put out like the best call for calls that Scuro will never do.
He's trying to fill the void that Kooky left. That
It's
Scuro
working.
is just not.
Thank you, Xanther.
Yeah, I appreciate
You're doing a
that.
good job.
That's how Kooky eventually got herself hired.
Xanther?
What the fuck? Scuro's recent one. You down for the M. Night Shyamalan twist?
What?
Shyamalan twist. The M. Night Shyamalan twist.
Woo, get hype!
Love that Shyamalan twist.
Okay.
I
M. Night Shyamalan, guys.
Shyamalan.
And his riveting movie, The Seventh Sense.
Jeez. His follow-up to that success was Siggins. All right.
What if M. Night Shyamalan had
Tourette's?
Thank you.
I don't get it.
An extra chromosome.
The M chromosome.
Come watch the Lady in the Jello.
I can't.
Fill mine up, please. God, I'm so thirsty. Oh no.
It's all coming apart at the seams.
Comcast doesn't like the fact that we're making fun of M. Night Shyamalan. Anyway. Dear God. Let's talk about 3.56 because oh boy.
Wait a minute, aren't we supposed to wait like a month?
Can we
we gotta like let the dust settle, let people absorb it.
Let people actually finish it. It's a long segment of story.
Come on now. Jumping the gun.
It's
just like in bed.
No,
Daddy.
Look. Stop. Why do you do this? This is terrible. Look.
I like watching you squirm.
Oh my God, that voice.
Spine chilling. Anyway, so let's talk about 3.56 because we do normally wait like a certain amount of time before talking about this.
Yeah.
A lot of
Usually a
times. Yeah, a lot of times it's to allow people to catch up. But I mean, the sentiment has been that there's not enough to do. That all of these patches are sort of falling flat, and so like I feel like waiting the week doesn't really do much. Like it takes you an hour and a half to get through everything that they put in 3.56. And if I remember correctly, it took about an hour and a half to get through one cutscene at the end of 2.55. You know what I mean? Like this
that good old warning.
Yeah, like this just does not measure up to the end of the 2.0 storyline at all. And I see a lot of disappointed folks that had a lot more expectation coming, for 3.0 to wrap up, for there to be some kind of revelation. And really, it seemed like all we got were plot points that we had already pointed out 3 months prior after the first trailer for Stormblood came out.
Oh, yeah. No,
like
that whole thing.
I think the only surprise in there was the name of the dragon. Like, that was it.
Oh, yeah. Shinryu, woohoo. And that's it.
So, we want to hear from you. Was the story satisfying for you? I mean, let's start. I want to start with Gosetsu.
Gilgamesh?
Because I hated the fact that, first shot of him, they had that... like that stupid
weeb.
That super weeby music. Yeah.
What did you expect from Gilgamesh?
It's painfully bad. And I think if that's what they're setting us up for the Far East to be, I'm really not excited for this. I'm not a fan of his design as a character with the stupid face tattoos. I mean, like, everything about him says dumb. And you're right. He is very similar to Gilgamesh. His attitude is very similar to what they wrote in for Gilgamesh.
Are you trying to tell me they're not the same character? Big chunky samurai dude shows up on a boat, falls face forward because he passes out from hunger. Strikes that little like prepared pose every time he wants to do something. You're telling me that's not Gilgamesh?
But Greg has multiple arms.
Yeah.
Well, more than two.
Where would he be hiding the arms?
Well, he's got a big robe on. It could be underneath those.
No.
Come on, man.
I think they're just out of ideas. I don't think that you're supposed to think that they're the same character.
Oh.
Although, to be fair, I'm completely fine with Gilgamesh being a main storyline character. That's actually a good thing.
Dude, if they had actually said, fuck it, Gilgamesh is from the Far East, I would have been like, yeah, all right.
Sure.
I would have bought it more than this. Like, I'm so tired of like it really does seem like strap in. We're gonna have an entire expansion of Weeb. Like, that's it.
Buckle up.
Buckle up, buckaroo.
I'm so not excited for that though. Like, that's just not an aesthetic that I like. It's not.
Okay,
nothing about it is fun.
Half of it is going to be Ala Mhigo and fighting in the desert or forest or whatever the Square Enix decides.
Yeah, I guess you're right. We'll spend some time in Ala Mhigo first, probably.
Actually, I mean, to be honest, when at the end, like the end of that battle sequence, when you see the big explosion, I got really worried for a second that they just wrote out all of the Ala Mhigan territory.
That
they just nuked it, and all we have now is
bye, Felicia.
But dude, the balls on them if they just say the whole Ala Mhigo conflict's coming to an end here because they're all dead.
I might actually respect a move like that, but I mean, like, that's the thing is that when we saw what was that Hamlet thing that we're hanging out in at the open of the first Heavensward trailer. Now I can't even remember.
Ralgar's Reach.
Ralgar's Reach. Thank you. It was not really clear, like, where that could have been in Othard. Easy.
It could have been anywhere.
That could have been anywhere. So I mean, like, there was just a brief part of me for a second that was like, did they just nuke that whole territory? Like, is that the thing that
Is that the hook?
Like, is that the thing that's supposed to make me go, well, Xenos is this really bad motherfucker? But, like, Xenos wasn't responsible for any of that. We were.
Yeah.
We're a bad motherfucker.
We were, and kind of by extension, Ilberd was. So,
dude, that would have set up Nero as a sweet villain.
Not to mention, you want to talk about it subverting expectations, because we're all like, they've showed us so much about Othard, and like, we're supposed to be going to Ala Mhigo. If at the beginning they're like, no, you know what? Guess what? Ala Mhigo got fucking nuked. It doesn't exist anymore.
For a split second, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
All that shit about Ralger's Reach being part of Ala Mhigo resistance? Just kidding, we lied to you.
They're all dead. Now go to Othard.
I mean, it would be interesting if that was the reason that we had to go to the Far East now, was that we actually we actually can't take the fight to them on the Ala Mhigan front because there is no Ala Mhigan front.
In which case we would actually need the Far East.
You would need the Far East, and you'd need to press north through it.
Oh God, stop. Okay, stop. We can't go through this line of thought because it's so much better than what we have.
Than what we're actually going to get? Yeah.
Why would you do this to me? You always hurt me like this, Daddy.
I mean, that might be a little bit clever, but I don't think they're going to do that.
No.
Well, they didn't.
And if they did, at the end of the expansion, it'd be like, oh, but Ala Mhigo's actually okay, and they're all alive.
And there was just poison with sleeping potion. Sleeping potion laser. And it was to let you out of ledgy all along.
Fuck, stop talking.
Dear God.
God, you're the worst.
Anyway.
So, straight up, how long for everybody to clear the last?
Like an hour and a half.
Hour and a half.
Yeah.
Yep. I did it on stream. I had actually a little game that I played where I opened up a Overwatch page with voice lines from Reinhardt, and whenever Gosetsu would say something, I'd hit a Reinhardt voice line. You couldn't tell the fucking difference.
It was 63 minutes from start to finish with watching the credits.
Wow.
Oh, I skipped the credits.
Yeah, I also skipped the credits as well.
Dude, I got to the end of the credits thinking like, well, no, there's got to be more of a hook than that. I better watch the credits.
Well, there was that one little scene that you get afterwards, but it's really not.
Oh, what was it?
Anything. It was they go to they just show a couple of shots of the Empire. And I think it's Xenos that's sitting.
Xenos give his little grin. Like,
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well,
you see that even if you skip the credits.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, no. It's not attached to the credit. That's what I was saying is that they didn't have an after-credit sequence. They had a post-credits quest completion.
See?
That's what it was, I think.
The whole way all of that ended, like every time I thought it would be the end, it was like LOTR syndrome.
Yeah.
It'd go to somebody else. Like at the end when it also then had to cut to Raubon, and he walks up to the edge and goes, "No, I'll take Ala Mhigo for both of us, Ilbert." I'm like, fuck you, dude. He was an evil piece of shit. You don't need to take it for him.
Yeah, dude.
He took your arm.
He's an asshole, and you know it.
Yeah.
No, the only thing that was like at all interesting in the credits was they're separating out Orshaphant's name in the scroll and like giving him his own spot. Interestingly, not for Shiva, Iceheart. They did not do that for her.
Interesting.
She's a woman.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to our phone lines and talk to Orpheus. What's up, Orpheus? Thanks for calling Limit Break Radio.
Feeling good. How's everybody doing?
We're all right. We're doing okay. What's up?
Yeah, after this patch, I was, yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty much everyone's response.
It's pretty on the nose. What's up, Orpheus? What do you want to talk about?
I just wanted to go over the little bits that we saw during that solo duty of some samurai stuff.
God.
Yeah, there was that one fight, which was a really simple fight.
I did enjoy like all of his like dashing around mechanics. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was okay, and I mean, the ads weren't really hard as long as you put them in AOE range of your main fight.
I mean, that dude was there to show off what samurai does.
Yeah, that's what it was, is to show you some samurai animations, and I don't know, I wasn't that terribly impressed. I mean, like, it just seems like more job animations from FF14, which ultimately you're going to be seeing a bunch of times because you're going to be cycling through the same fucking rotation over and over again. So I mean, it was kind of cool to see them, but at the same time, I'm not jizzing in my pants over it.
I wasn't even paying attention because the whole time I was doing the duty, I was just thinking, what the fuck is the point of this? This is fucking bullshit anyway. Oh, you put me in Nero's Magitech armor.
Yeah, that part of it was just, I don't even know. I mean, like, cool, you got 2 more powers than normal Magitech when you're doing it in the MSQ. Oh, okay, all right. There's an even bigger reticle and, a...
beam attack!
Yeah, beam attack. Yeah,
I did manage to get all 3 Iron Giants with one beam attack, though. That was cool.
One beam attack? That's pretty good.
That's not bad. What did you think, Orpheus? Was there anything in the samurai animations that you thought was noteworthy?
Yeah, the only thing that everything I saw was just pretty bland, and everything we already saw during the reveal trailer back during Frankfurt Fan Fest for the most part. One exception being him just bouncing all around like something like Virgil from Devil May Cry, just like those rapid slashes just popping across the screen. I'm like, wait, what is going on?
Needs more cherry blossoms.
Yeah, it's just like, wait, he's there. Why is he? What is going on?
Yeah, he's not a fucking ninja. Stop that.
Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't terribly impressed, and had it still been a mystery, fuck it, man. Who cares? We know it's going to be samurai, and we know that the job animations are going to be what FF14 does for job animations. Man, there used to be a time where for an MMO, I could sit and pick apart animations and, what it could possibly mean, or ability weightings or stat weightings per ability. I feel like none of it matters anymore, and I don't know if that's just me being cynical about the thing, or if it's just the way that FF14 does
designed.
it. Yeah,
no, it is, because you basically.
But I didn't in a very similar fashion. I didn't give that much of a shit about the Dark Knight animations, because it's like they're gonna be what they're gonna be.
Well, I don't even think it's necessarily, for me, it's not even about the animations. I think you touched on something even deeper there, where, you said in a lot of MMOs, you can sit there and break down and talk about, abilities and the different ways to utilize them. And nowadays, and I don't know if this is something that WoW started, because I don't know how it operates now, but obviously with the way that you have this modular design of FF14, you don't discover your rotation anymore. The rotation is actually programmed into the game, to where when you look at the tooltips, it's like this, combos to this, combos to this, combos to this. So the game is just straight up telling you, this is how you play this job.
Right. I don't know, but there's a way that other games will wait.
Ooh. Might as well give you my $12 since you provide more since SSC.
Thanks, evil hippie. Okay.
Why'd you bring Justin back?
Yeah.
What
happened to Joey?
Bring Joey back.
Joey
How you doing?
Joey can't see you anymore.
Give me Joey Boots. Come on.
Joey Boots?
Joey Boots. Anyway, thanks, Orpheus, for the call. We appreciate it. If you want to call Limit Break Radio on Skype, 810-515-8715. LimitBreakRadio.com/Discord is how you call in. So, yeah, I was not impressed with Kosetsu. I was not impressed with samurai animations. Mm-hmm. And just job animations overall. I feel like I'm not as... you're not going to glean anything from looking at those job animations. You're not going to be able.
Fair.
You're not going to be able to get a sense of how the job plays.
But you can see how cool they look, which is important a little bit.
I feel like
I couldn't even see it because my animations were turned off for the fight. So
yeah, someone told me to turn them on, and which I did. But again, I wasn't even paying attention. I think for me, what I've noticed, especially playing Ninja and then Monk and then Dragoon when I had to do it because someone tricked me into it. Yeah, the person said if you level Dragoon, then I will
sub to
Patreon.
Yeah, Patreon,
and they were already subbed to Patreon. That was a trick.
Well, he wasn't lying.
Well,
he did sub afterwards.
Anyway, the point is, I find that when you have a two-handed weapon, that I feel like, and this is probably just an excuse because, they could find a way around it if they wanted to, but I feel like two-handed weapon animations inherently tend to be more limited than either one-handed weapons or, in the case of Monk or Ninja where they utilize two different weapons.
I mean, the thing is that, for all of the discussion that we did on the Ninja animations or the animations that, were being assigned to Thancred at the time, he got a couple of
when we
Ninja
see someone do something new, we eat it up.
Especially in the cutscene.
And the thing is that now I'm just not. I don't really care. Maybe it's the fact that I hate weebs. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's the fact.
I don't care either. So I hate weebs.
You also do hate weebs, yeah.
Okay, well, but I also hate weebs. But if Kosetsu was a red mage and I could see those red mage animations, I'd be hyped AF.
But here's the thing, though. I would actually be excited to see red mage animations because with Samurai, here's what we know. He's going to cut with his katana. Oh, he's going to cut a Z shape. or maybe a triangle. Like, it's just what angles is he cutting at?
Maybe
right?
he's gonna get Clim Hazard.
That'd be cool.
That would be cool. What if they actually make samurai animations just Cloud limit break?
You know, if they
Wouldn't
just
that be
turn,
so cool?
if they just turned samurai into Cloud, that'd be
I
so
would do
great.
a 180 in a heartbeat if I could be Cloud, just like my favorite character in Smash Brothers.
Was that Cloud?
It's Cloud, yeah.
Oh.
But not
Until
the
they
Advent
add-
Children one.
Until they add lightning.
Well, obviously, she's my waifu.
All right, so let's talk about the Yida lease reveal. Okay.
Okay. All right. First of all, I don't think Square Enix in my entire lifetime, even going back to Squaresoft, I don't think I have ever been more disappointed than I was when her tattoo fades away and she's like, "Oh, Papalymo's really left us for good now."
His essence has left us now.
Fuck off.
Like the tattoo, that was the big thing that divided the whole who is the lady in red thing, and it was just a magic fucking tattoo.
It's temporary tattoo, bro. You should
tied to Papalymo's life essence, so now we know for sure he's gone.
You should probably be happy that Nika's not here to brag. Isn't that what she called all along?
Well, she's like, oh, it could be temporary, yeah. But actually, you want to go even further. Okay, Square Enix is so casual that everyone has to be right about the Yida reveal. If you were like, oh, it's Yida, you were right, because that's the character we've been calling Yida this whole time.
Right.
But if you were like, nah, it's Yida's sister,
you're also right.
Everybody's right.
Everybody gets to be right.
Everybody's a fucking winner.
Stop. No, I refuse. There are losers in this, and the people who said that it was Yida's sister is Lady in Red are wrong, because they were operating under the assumption that Yida's sister was a completely separate person from Yida.
She is.
They are still wrong.
See, now my question is, so it says that, Elise says that she assumed Yida's identity 5 or 6 years ago after Yida died in some kind of operation.
I don't think Yida's really dead, guys.
She probably isn't.
She's
Probably
been
not.
captured.
Right.
I bet Yida, real Yida,
is Xenos.
Xenos, yeah. That's
12.
I care about the Garleans as a whole, and you know what? They got attacked. They have every right to defend themselves and fight back right now. I don't feel bad, I feel bad for the Garleans. I sympathize with them right now.
Oh, Garlean sympathizer. Right
I'll say it, whatever. I'd rather go fight for the Garleans. You know what? Hey, how about this? Fuck Ala Mhigo and their weird little bullshit strategy of pulling Eorzea into war. Fuck that. How about I go fight for the Garleans and get them more under oppression? I'm ready for some more control here. Plus, I get sweet Magitech armor.
Yeah, I want to be a Magitech class.
To be fair, and you know, all
sounds to me like
disclosure.
he just wants to be subjugated by the Garleans.
I'm just saying, full disclosure, ever since the Titan fight where I had to go through like 12 different quests to have a party for myself before I was allowed to go fight Titan, I've been a Garlean sympathizer. I'm like, you know what? Fuck Eorzea. These people are clearly not meant to survive. I want to go fight for the Empire.
Wow.
Yeah, 10th Tech Priest in the chat. Garlemald did nothing wrong. They really didn't in this that we've seen. I'm sure they've been assholes to Ala Mhigo for 20 years, but we don't know that right now, and it doesn't make me want to go fight them. All I see is
they got
oppressing
a people.
Good for them. They need to do it better.
Okay, maybe we don't know if they're oppressing people. I mean, at this moment, they could be improving their way of life. It's been 20 years.
Yeah, we don't know anything about what Ala Mhigo was like. Maybe it sucked. Maybe Ala Mhigo was a shithole.
I mean, it did spawn Ilberd and Raubon.
Yeah, they came from there. I want more of
cool.
them. Is he?
Yeah.
I can't say that.
I got nothing for that, no. Jux is losing it over here.
What do you want to say, Jux?
I can't. It's too racist. I can't say it.
Whoa.
It's too racist.
Whoa. You're actually claiming something is too racist?
Too bad. It's too.
No, you have to say it. We're giving you a pass now. This doesn't count.
No,
because you're not saying it. You're just like telling us what it was. Come on.
How good of a place can Ala Mhigo be? Both Raubon and Ilberd came from there, and you know how they look.
What?
Oh,
what about how they look?
How do they look?
You know, it's just those kind of people. You know.
Oh my god.
What kind of people?
You know how they act. You know the sand people. You know,
yeah.
You know what I'm
Jux
saying,
is
right?
really
wait.
Jux is really
Tusken
racist.
Raiders?
Tusken Raiders, yeah, really against Tusken Raiders.
Yeah.
And Jawas. You don't like Jawas either, do you?
Yeah, that's where I was going with that.
No.
Wow.
I like what Rain Hero in the chat said. Garlemald did one thing wrong. They failed to stop Eorzea. And that's it. Really, I don't feel any ill will against Garlemald at this point.
Well, all right, what about the fact that they destroyed Doma? Yugiri's from there.
Something I never saw and happened a long time ago, and I really the only consequences of it happening.
You're claiming it's what, propaganda now?
No,
did they really destroy Doma?
I'm sure they did, but you know what? The only effect of them destroying Doma that I've gotten to see is that I got to meet Yugiri and we got Ninja added to the game. So thank you, Garlemald.
All right.
Ta-da! I'm saying the Garleans should be everyone's friend at this point.
I guess.
And I'm not being paid by any Garlean sympathizers to say that out loud.
We welcome our new Garlean overlords.
I do. What if we all just make a pledge to not do the storyline in the next one and let Garlemald take over?
That'd be an interesting way for them to organize their game.
Was anybody else super disappointed with Omega's design?
Oh yeah.
He looked like.
When
he's on the ground, he looked like FF11 Omega.
Which is fine.
But when he was flying, though,
I didn't imagine or think that they would make like a completely new Omega. Like, sure, take the traditional image that we have Omega, but like he looks so rickety and like a piece of shit. Like he was gonna fall apart at any moment, and he's supposed to be like this ultimate badass machine.
He's been disabled for a long time.
It's a little steampunky, let's be honest.
By the way, he was like...
Yeah, he definitely had like the proto-Omega thing going on.
Like, even Ultima looked way cooler.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ultima they borrowed like the FF8 design, and like that, it was pretty badass looking.
By the way, I do want to apologize to our live audience. The stream cut out for a little bit. We got Comcasted. So if you want to be helpful in those moments instead of giving us shit, why don't you take to Twitter and tweet at Xfinity?
Oh my God, yes,
and let them know.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Let them know that the fact that they can't provide simple internet service is affecting your ability to watch your favorite or least favorite show.
Oh my God, yeah! Every time we get Comcasted, just light up their Twitter.
Like 200 plus people. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Yeah, they'll fix the problem in a fucking hurry.
Not to mention, maybe like if they had a business line, this would be awesome. But your company says they're not allowed to have a business line.
Honestly, like I wouldn't mind if like we got donated a business line and they wanted to maybe display a logo on the show. I think
we'd be willing to do that.
I think that might be an amicable trade. I'm not a fan. I'll never sit here and sing the praises of your product, not until you can provide me a stable product. But if you provide me a stable product, then maybe I might be like sellout Chris Hardwick and appear on some Comcast commercials. That's right, Chris.
That got real specific real quick.
That's right, Chris. I've heard you on those goddamn Xfinity commercials. I know you're in their pocket.
Oh, Chris,
piece of shit.
One of my favorite shows.
I know.
I don't know
what happened to the Nerdist.
At Midnight was such a great show.
It was. Is that still around?
I think that's
Chris Hardwick.
Oh, I love him.
That show's still going.
I'd actually like to do a little something here.
What's that?
I would like to bring Scuro onto the show so I can ask him a question.
No.
He's busy doing call-in stuff.
Is he?
Kind of.
Well, he should be.
Just bring Discord up, because he had a very specific theory that he thought was going to happen.
If he says anything about space stations, I'm going to fucking murder him.
No space stations.
I'm going to rip his fucking larynx out.
No space stations, although now I kind of wish he does. Scuro, are you there?
We got Scuro in there. He might be muted himself. Scuro, unmute yourself.
Jesus, you fucking
idiot.
yeah,
it's a thing.
There you go.
Buttons do stuff.
So Scuro.
Hi, failure.
Hey, piece of shit.
Really quick, do you want to explain to us who it was that Ilberd was summoning?
Oh, you mean Rauger?
Yeah. How'd that turn out for you?
Yeah. How's
fucking dumb?
How's Ralgar there?
Yeah, one of the fucking gods of Eorzea, because that makes fucking sense, man.
Yeah.
But they summon their gods, man.
Okay, well, primals aren't gods.
They're like, aren't they supposed to be after gods, though?
No, obviously the Beastmen look at them as though they're gods, but that doesn't make them gods. They're lesser races.
Shiva was just a person with powers.
Right.
And then
sounds like some semantics to me.
I don't know. That seemed like a whole lot of scales and fire breathing for fucking Ralgard, dummy.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that, I don't know, maybe because Ilberd used dragon eyes as a power source, it makes sense that he'd turn into a dragon.
A dragon.
But it's a Doman dragon.
No,
that's the bullshit part.
no. They didn't say, "Oh, look, that is definitely irrevocably, obviously Shinryu." They just said, "Oh, bears some similarity to a Doman tale." Which, guess what? If you look among all the different religions and all the different like backgrounds and histories and mythologies, guess what? Every single civilization in the world has a flood story. It just happens to be, oh yeah, it reminds me of Shinryu. Doesn't mean it's fucking Shinryu.
Yeah. It's not supposed to be the Doman dragon. That's stupid. No one involved in making the dragon was Doman.
But how hard would it have been just to give the fucker wings and give him, like, I don't know, I guess dragon eyes, even though I really do feel like that has nothing to do with it. It's just a power source. Like, it's just bullshit.
Except dragon eyes are like the essence of the dragons and their power. You fucking idiot. Of course, it would turn him into a dragon.
Because that's the catalyst that made the goddamn primal in the first place.
It turned an Elizin straight up into a dragon. So why wouldn't it turn a death orgy into a dragon?
That's the thing. Okay, but that actually had Nidhogg's soul in those eyes, and now that's already been, I guess, like exercised or some bullshit. So
but it was still exercised Nidhogg from his eyes.
Yes, they did. That was the ending of 3.3.
He fucking floated up in the sky.
They exercised the eyes from Estinian, but those are still Nidhogg's eyes.
No, but you see Nidhogg's spirit leave them.
Yeah.
That happens in 3.3. That's the ending of that.
Right.
You just blocked it out.
But
and
they're
then becoming just aether batteries.
But that's the thing, is that they're still the aether batteries, and they're still incredibly imbued with an incredible amount of energy.
It's draconic aether energy.
And that was the catalyst that he needed. He needed the aether. They're basically serving the same role as crystals do when all of the beastmen are amassing crystals. They're used as the power source. Not necessarily imbued with the spirit of, but they're definitely still the power source. So why anyone thought it was going to be anything but a dragon is very confusing to me.
I'm just saying,
I would have liked for it not to be a dragon because we just spent a whole expansion on dragons, and maybe something different would be nice.
When you have dying Ala Mhigans calling out for Ralgar, and you're like, psych, we're just summoning a dragon, fuck all y'all. That's just bullshit.
But keep in mind, though, that the next raid that we're getting is completely formed around Omega. And, I guarantee you that Shinryu is going to be one of the final confrontations, if not the last confrontation, depending on if we end up fighting Omega. So we already know where he's going to be used.
At this point, I don't even know. I could see us not even fighting Omega, and instead we just use Omega as the vessel that takes us through the raid to eventually fight Shinryu.
But Omega has something to do with time, right?
Yeah.
We didn't see.
Does it?
Well, we
what's the
Omega? You know that's called the bend of time.
The bend of time.
But they didn't show us anything time related in the
exactly. That's what I was getting at.
Yeah.
Is that even though it's called Omega, the bend of time, that there was not anything inherently time related about any of the powers that he showed off.
No, or even Omega in Final Fantasy V, which he is based on. There's no time aspect.
No, I think that when the two had their little beam struggle, the resulting explosion caused...
The little Dragon Ball Z?
Yeah, caused some type of, spatial distortion. It basically caused, a flash.
Yeah,
they did what the Flash does. It fucking threw them through time, and now we have to fucking find them somehow. Omega Point.
Between Diablos and Dunescape and that cutscene, I think Yoshi was watching some DBZ this year.
I mean, are we going to have to... Are we going to end up having to use Alexander as a way to get back in time?
Oh no, we took out Alexander.
You gotta get back in time. What?
We got rid of Alexander, right? He exists only in that bubble, right?
Back to the raid.
But he's gonna be king of the monsters, man.
How else? But how else would we?
How else would we traverse time?
Yeah. How else would you end up manipulating time?
Or throw down, that'll be down.
We find some new NPC with a MacGuffin.
Find another horde of trebuchet.
God damn it. Yeah. It really is. That's just get a MacGuffin. Put a MacGuffin in there.
Get a MacGuffin.
Time to go to MacGuffins R Us.
Damn
and pick one up.
Don't worry, I like that joke, Kylo.
I was about to make it.
Anyway, Scuro, it's a dumb theory.
You're a fucking idiot. Go back to calls.
Yeah. Do the calls. Do calls right. Stop fucking everything up and stop making Xfinity disconnect us. That's all your
fault. I think that's Trump's and Nero over there.
What?
It's Trump and Nero over there DDoSing us.
No, the person in chat, I think Scuro's referring to.
Oh,
a Nero's Trump.
Or a Nero's Trump, whatever the fuck.
He doesn't even know, like, the entirety of his job is to respond to the chat room and to talk to the chat room and to send people along.
Troll? Call us.
My God.
Guess what? Callie's gay. Call us.
You're literally the worst person we've ever had doing this.
Is a Nero a meanie? Call us.
That's genius. We need to throw that in there.
Go be butthurt somewhere else. Bye. Dumb idiot.
So what did everyone think of Hammer Guy? Hammer Guy was great.
Wasn't that the same?
No, that was not the Shield guy.
That was a new guy.
Oh, yeah, that's right. No, you're right.
Because Shield guy had 2 shields.
Yeah, you're right.
This guy has 1 gun shield and 1 gun hammer.
I'm sorry. I mixed that up because they put, Nero's hammer with another guy's
shield.
That was his armor too, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, the armor.
Yeah,
there's too much cross-classing. That's not fair. Okay, I want cross-classing too, and you're taking away my cross-class.
Dude, this is why I want to be a Garlean. You get sweet perks.
You know, everything's a gun. Think about that. Would you want to use a gun fleshlight?
Well, Jesus.
It's a little dark.
Wow, Juxta got really excited over there.
Anyway, all right. Well, I mean, I don't understand what kind of hype that this was supposed
to bring.
Yeah.
None.
Yeah.
Especially when you compare it back to the last expansion.
I know.
I was like, when we got out of that last patch of the last expansion, I could not wait for the 12 weeks. It was even longer than we had this time around.
Yeah, at the end you pull one of those. What the fuck, Square Enix? That's it.
That's it.
What the fuck? Like, and here's the thing: all of the stuff that we wanted answers to, we didn't even get answers to when Heavensward dropped.
Right.
I think we got Y'shtola in 4.0, or did we have to wait till 4.1?
3.0.
You mean 3.1?
Yeah, sorry, yeah, 3.0.
I think Y'shtola came back in 3.1. Yeah.
Oh wait, No, she helped us get to.
She was in 3.0.
Oh, yeah.
So she was in 3.0,
Okay, yeah.
but then everybody else, we had to wait till what fan crit in 3.2 or whatever. Like, we actually had to wait to get answers. Does anybody want any answers right now?
I want Red
The
Mage.
question is, what is there to answer?
I think only little weebs that can't wait for Samurraiville are super excited about
The only
this.
question I have is what happened to Omega, except it's fine because I know the answer. Spatial distortion.
It doesn't even matter what happened to Omega. We know we're going to fight him in the raid, so we're not going to get him in the MSQ. He's not going to appear in there.
Okay, all right. Here's I think a better question. So with all of the setup that we have been given for to set us up for 4.0, what are things that Square Enix could do with everything that they have, with all the pieces that they have set up? What could they do to subvert expectations that would make it good?
I don't like this train of thought.
No,
I've got one, and I'm just going to make everyone mad when it doesn't happen.
Okay.
I want next month, let's say, I want an event where Garleans attack Gridania. It just doesn't have to be anything more than just an instance duty within Gridania where Garleans preemptively attack it and give me a reason to care about the coming war. It's not going to happen. But you know what? That would actually accomplish something.
This is why this ended the way that it did, okay? Because now going into Stormblood, when they don't gate the content, nobody's missing anything.
What?
I don't follow.
Story jump potions.
Yeah.
The whole thing with Heavensward was, in order to play Heavensward, you have to catch up with the MSQ.
Oh.
You don't have to now. There's no questions that are left unanswered that they can't just set up at the beginning of Stormblood.
Woof.
Jesus, that's stupid. No, because you don't need to know a question to get an answer. All right? If you didn't know anything about what happened at the end of 2.0 or 2.5.
I'm sorry. Hang on. Here's an even better example. If you didn't even know what happened at the end of 1.0, like enough people bought 2.0 not knowing about anything about Bahamut, not knowing anything about the old Eorzea.
They tell us, well, first of all, old Eorzea ended, and they told us enough in the cutscene that shows Bahamut, with answers destroying everything.
Right.
That all right, we get that. If you started playing right at Heavensward, not knowing anything about A Realm Reborn, you wouldn't know who any of the Scions are, so you'd be like, why the fuck do I care about this Y'shtola person? What are the references here? Why do I care about Thancred? But everyone's okay in going into Stormblood. Anything that you need to know, like the Shinryu and Omega fight, all they have to be is like, oh yeah, fucking Shinryu and Omega fought and disappeared. Oh, okay. Like, there's no cliffhanger things. There's nothing we're waiting for. There's nothing we need answered. There's no questions. It's like a clean slate going in to fight the Empire.
Yeah, I think that's another point for
Imagine
seeing jump potions here pretty shortly.
This could have very easily been just like the end of 14 with one of those open endings where you're like, okay, obviously the world went on, but that was the end of our story. Like you said, Ascalia, as the Warrior of Light, what's compelling you to keep going except the fact that you're the Warrior of Light? This could easily just be like, you know what? The end. And the Warrior of Light continues his adventures.
Straight up, this could have been something like, or even, at the end of the last cutscene, we just kind of quietly bow out in the background and disappear. And life goes on. Adventures continue in Eorzea. Nothing is left holding our character there outside of our duty towards the Scions, which is not compelling in 2017.
God, fuck you, Kahlo.
Man, even coming off of 2.0 into 3.0, you had a ton of questions like what is Ul'dah? What is getting around Ul'dah moving forward going to be like? All
what's
of this,
the Syndicate going to do?
But all of those questions were ultimately meaningless and didn't have any impact on what the fuck was going on, and I think most people know that. They know not even to ask the questions.
Yeah, but I don't think the answer is just say, well, fuck it, we won't have any questions then. The answer is, how about you make your questions matter in some way? Because that's fair. Ultimately, it was really strong to have you asking those questions. Your people who finished up in 2.55 were ready for Heavensward. And a lot of them, of course, there was lag and drop off in that period of time, but a lot of people stuck around finishing getting their jobs leveled up.
We did an entire show about speculation.
Yes, we did.
We did an entire show of speculation for Heavensward, and it looks like most of our speculation is going to be put into the same episode as the Daddy of Light fucking trailer. You know what I mean? Like, when you compare 2.0 to 3.0, which I think that's probably what we'll end up talking about next week. So, have that in mind. Think about that. Yeah. Think about that. Be ready with calls. Which, by the way, now that we dropped Scuro, we're back to taking calls, and we're back live now. We're back to taking calls. So if you want to call the show, Limit Break Radio on Skype, 810-515-8715, limitbreakradio.com/Discord if you want to call in on Discord. But my hype levels are so, depressed is a bad word, but they're so much less than they were going into Heavensward.
I think we did an entire episode talking just about the possible fate of the Scions, right? Like, there was so many things, both narratively and, feature-wise, that we were looking forward to in Stormblood. What are we actually looking forward to in Stormblood? Red Mage? Samurai for Nika?
Yep.
Definitely not looking forward to either of the raids. Maybe, I know I'm just setting myself up, but maybe Ivalice, if it's like Final Fantasy Tactics related.
It is.
Just to see how that plays into the world. But other than that, I don't give a shit about anything in Stormblood.
Yeah, I didn't care about anything going into Heavensward until the ending of A Realm Reborn either. Like, the Ishgard area really didn't mean a whole lot to me, having not played very much of 1.0. Mm-hmm. Like, it was like, oh, cool, we're going north. All right, there's dragons. I guess we'll check that out. But overall, the area didn't mean anything to me. It didn't have any lore connections for me. I wasn't interested in it until I got to the storyline where I'm like, oh shit, I'm a refugee now, and these people are taking me in.
Yeah.
I have some interest.
The only thing I'm looking forward to is the initial drop of 4.0 and the leveling process in the MSQ. Because even looking back on Heavensward, right, 3.0 was great. Didn't really care about any of the patches. They were hit or miss depending on the patch, right?
Yeah, you're right.
But the initial, 3.0 drop was great.
Yeah, the 2 weeks after launch of Heavensward were one of my favorite times in the game.
So they'll probably hit that. That'll probably be real cool. We fucking better.
Yeah, that better hit.
Get to spend a lot of time with Yugiri, all right? I don't want her to just take us there and be like, all right, I'm going to go, chill with the faction leaders now. You guys go do your shit, right? So I'm looking forward to seeing what characters we're going to... Who's going to be our Estinian and Ysayle, basically? That's what I'm looking forward to. Who's the new Estinian and who's the new Ysayle? And other than that, I could give a fuck less about Stormblood.
You don't think it's going to be Yugiri and Gosetsu? Like, I just named them.
And Lise and
there you go.
The other guy.
Obviously,
that's in that big poster.
Obviously, the Scions will be there. Yes. I hope it's not. I mean, Yugiri's a cool one. I hope it's not Gosetsu. He's so annoying.
He really is.
I can only make Reinhardt jokes for so long.
He really is. The thing is that it was exactly what I was expecting out of a samurai character. And look, I know. Listen, I need to know if we're being too cynical about this. Like, I understand that
Someone
there
give
are
us hope.
Look, if you're hyped about this, okay, we want maybe some of your hype to rub off on us because
yes, please,
because that's happened before. We've got people who've called the show before that have reframed something and have made us think differently about it. And I think all of us are kind of like at this point where we're like, we want to be on the hype train, but Diadem 2.0 was a huge letdown. I feel like 3.56, especially when you compare it up to 2.55, was just a huge fucking letdown. You know what I mean? Like,
they even had an extra piece of patch.
I know.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, they just cut one piece in half, let's be honest.
It really is kind of depressing. Like,
But you're right, people have gotten us there before. We weren't excited for anything in the game, and then someone called up and said, hey, did you guys hear about that Palace of the Dead thing, though? That looks pretty cool, and got us talking about that, and suddenly we were excited for it.
Right.
It happens.
Yeah.
But I came out of that last patch not caring about Stormblood. I don't care. Nothing makes me want to go into this war. I really kind of just want to be like, let them take over. I'll be a Garlean subject, whatever. You don't think they want to have a Warrior of Light on their side? They probably think that's sweet. We keep ruining all their plans. Maybe we'll be on their side. They'll be thrilled.
What's super funny? And hopefully none of my players are listening because this might spoil it for them otherwise. But in my D&D, I eventually had a subplot that I was going to play out where you find out that the reason that LBR died in my realm or were attacked was because Ascalia sold them out to the Garleans.
Art imitates life.
Look at that.
Lols.
But no,
son of a bitch.
I need to know, are we being too cynical about this? Because all of us love this game. I mean, Juxta, here, let me throw this to you because I think that you're in a bit of a position, sort of like I was,
a juxtaposition,
where I felt like my sentiment going into Heavensward was maybe a little bit higher than other folks because I had Dark Knight, and I was so hyped for Dark Knight. Now, you have Red Mage. Obviously, Red Mage has been your long-term, your long-time passion job. Mm-hmm. So, even having Red Mage coming with Stormblood, are you even able to ramp up your hype thrusters?
I am hyped for Red Mage. I mean, and really the only reason I'm hyped for Red Mage, if I was on the Samurai bandwagon, I would be in a shitty position because all melee are basically the same job with their 1-2-3 combos. Casters are a little bit different, so I have hype for that and I have hope for that. I actually have a little bit more hope than what I probably should for the storyline because in Heavensward you had the Dragon Song War, which was the big overarching plot,
right?
And that couldn't fill Heavensward. There just wasn't enough to do it, as evidenced by 3.2 and all that shitty filler patches. So what I'm hoping they're doing with Stormblood is now they have two big major story arcs with Ala Mhigo and Doma. So I'm hoping with the combined story between both of them, we actually have big, meaty patches with story.
Except this is what's going to happen.
Don't ruin it.
Patch 4.1. Doma stuff. Patch next. Ala Mhigan stuff. Oh, now let's go back to Doma this time.
You know what?
And it's going to flip-flop back and forth. Very similar to how Heavensward was like, all right, now we're going to do Dragon Song War, and now this patch is going to be about the Warriors of Darkness, and now this patch is going to go over here, and we're going to talk about Nidhogg, and now this patch is going to be something completely different, and we're going to wrap up each of these storylines very minimally one at a time.
Except that's not how Heavensward happened. If you remember, we had 3.1 was Dragon Song War, 3.2 was filler, 3.3 was Dragon Song War, and then 3.4 was wrapping up Warriors of Darkness in one fucking patch. They teased Warriors of Darkness for one horrible cutscene each time, but there was absolutely nothing on Warriors of Darkness until their patch.
That's my point. They can't tell simultaneous stories at the same time. They don't know how to weave those threads together.
Right. They tried to do it in 3.0 with bouncing back and forth between what was going on in Ishgard and wrapping up Ul'dah.
Wrapping up Ul'dah? You call, hey, the Sultana's alive as wrapping up Ul'dah?
Well, no, but
that's what they were trying to do.
Establishing the Ala Mhigan resistance conflict, and there was stuff that they were setting up, but I think that maybe they took some of our criticism that they were spread a little bit narratively too thin from 2.0. I think they took that a little bit too much to heart, because you're right, we just got the Warriors of Darkness teased, and then they had their patch, and then they went bye-bye, and they had no real lasting impact on the story, the narrative, or anything moving forward. Honestly, when you look back at the Warriors of Darkness storyline right now, what did that give us? What did that get us?
Has anyone actually noticed that? I don't know if you guys realize, but Philia's been gone for a while. Has anyone actually noticed her absence in any way?
No, because she wasn't in Heavensward to begin with. It was Elfinode.
No. I haven't marked her absence.
I did feel her absence, because I would go whenever MSQ would pop up, I'd go back to the Rising Stones and I'd be like, gotta go talk to Minfilia. Oh wait, who do I talk to? Well, this person.
That's just your boner.
Okay, so guys,
she's my waifu.
Skuro's recent attempt to get people to call us. He links Discord and says, "If you're a butt slut."
Oh, that's because after his post, someone asked, "What if I want to call on Discord?" He's like, "Fuck you guys."
Anyway,
he hasn't been advertising the Discord.
I don't know.
Anyway,
Jesus Christ, Scuro.
Let's take a call on Discord and talk to Keta. What's up, Keta?
Nothing much. Waiting 11 weeks for content.
Yeah.
Dun. Yeah, same here.
You and me both. I apologize for not sharing what server you're from, because I was not given that information by our dumb fuck call screener. So, anyway, welcome to the show. Thanks for joining us. What do you want to talk about, Keta?
Well, basically the half hour of content we got. So.
Yeah. That's pretty
accurate.
I mean, we have been talking about that for about the last 30 minutes.
30 minutes of content, 30 minutes of running.
Yeah. Well, what did you think? Like, what were you satisfied with it? What did it make you feel?
Looking on it on its own, meh.
Yeah.
I mean, how about as a culmination of the entire expansion? I mean, this is what the entirety of 3.0 is building to.
Oh, awful. Compared to 2.55, yeah, what do we have to look forward for?
You know, Juxta made reference earlier about how he just had, what was it? That your little explosion is more just like a wet trickle.
Yeah.
I think that's a metaphor for how 3.0 ended.
Yeah.
This really did feel like the ending of a patch. Not the end of an expansion. And if not even the end of a good patch. The ending of a patch, you're like, ugh, all right.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, it is ending a patch.
Now
go to hell.
Now we have to just wait 11 weeks.
Did you have a favorite moment from the patch? Like from the story? Like, was there anything you could grasp on and be like, you know what, at least that was worth it?
Anytime Nero opened his mouth.
Really? Oh, Nero is so annoying to me now.
I like
Nero. Yeah.
Nero wasn't terrible.
You're a Garlean sympathizer, so your opinion doesn't count.
That's
but
true.
No,
I also
I
really
like his character. He's kind of like a... You know what? I want to see a good cop, bad cop, buddy cop movie with Sid and Nero.
I would watch it.
I mean, okay.
Can we get that on Netflix instead of Daddy of Light, Square Enix?
Obviously, he served the purpose that he had. That's fine. But it's just like, oh, big thing in the sky. What's going to happen? Nero. Haha! Omega! Like, just everything about it was so predictable.
Yeah.
I think that was probably another one of the big problems of the patch is we called everything.
Like, I sort of feel like there was also this massive logic hit that the storyline took, where it was like, well, clearly if Omega's restrained now, we can restrain him in the future. Oh, but wait, it's mostly this autonomous, automated thing that we don't have to pilot or control, but it's still got restraints on it. Like,
It also makes it seem kind of weird that we're eventually going to have to fight this thing as part of a raid.
I wanted to be
they can't just turn it off again?
I wanted to be like, excuse me, Council of the Eorzean Alliances, have you not seen Terminator? Have you not played Metal Gear Solid?
Oh my god, it's FF14 Skynet.
Pretty much.
Dude, that'd be awesome. Starts blowing up Aethernets all over the place.
Starts taking over all of the Magitech.
You know, the problem in Horizon was that the machines were autonomous and that they could self-refuel themselves with biomass. Great.
Wow.
So Omega's basically just going to destroy the world, and there's nothing we can do to stop it.
That would actually be like really interesting if something like that went wrong with Magitech, and suddenly like the Garlean opposition just stops one day, and then we go up there and like everyone's dead. And we're just like, well, what happened here?
Terminated themselves.
So, Keta, are we being too cynical, or do you think that 3.56 is just not doing the job to drum up the hype for Stormblood?
I think on the one hand you're a bit cynical, but they haven't given us a reason to get as much hype as we had for 3.0. They haven't. The ending is disappointing. They've made a few logic jumps. Like, I had no idea who the fuck Liz is.
Lease. Like you're gonna lease out a new truck.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Like who the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Shinru, not to defend Scuro, but if they took a dragon, why not Nidhogg? Why not Bahamut? Why something more Eastern? But yeah.
Now again,
because I think it's because Square Enix just has no idea what they're doing.
Right, and all they did again was likened it to Mid-Eastern. That isn't necessarily the fact that we've labeled it as a Mid-Eastern dragon.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
No, I think just by virtue that it has its name doesn't mean that it is literally the Eastern dragon. But what he was saying is that, it kind of looked a little bit like that one.
Which now also obviously links us into Stormblood because we are going to the Far East.
Right.
So, Keta, yes, we are being cynical, but I guess our question is, would you say our cynicism is justified, YN?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, cool.
That's what I was curious about.
Thanks for the call, Keta. We appreciate it. If you want to call Limit Break Radio on Skype, 810-515-8715, limitbreakradio.com/Discord. We did talk about Lise and Yida and that big reveal. Oh, gosh, my sounds are on.
What you doing there, Nero?
Am I a little bit over this conversation? Just a little.
So here's something interesting. Infinity Fox says that apparently the pre-order page says you do need to play 3.0 to get into Stormblood content.
I think that's horseshit, man. I still think that this is
No. That's true, because you have to get from level 50 to level 60 to get into Stormblood content, right?
Yeah.
You need Stormblood, or you need Heavensward to level up to, what level are we?
60.
To 60. So you can get to 60 to 70 for Stormblood. That's true.
Okay.
But they're not releasing the jump potions along with Stormblood?
But that only takes you to 50.
Right.
But you still need Heavensward to jump that high.
So then, my fucking theory about they're like, since we're just going to jump people right to Stormblood anyway, like, what? Square Enix! I hate you so much.
It really is frustrating. But again, going back, we did talk about the Yida Lise reveal. Most of that was in the downtime that unfortunately we had been Comcasted. But just something to just something to keep in mind about that Yida Lise reveal. First of all, is that it was bad.
That's super bad.
It's not great.
And that second of all, we don't. I think it's unclear, at least at this point, or up for debate, whether or not we actually got to know the original Yida in the 1.0 storyline. Now, if they did do that, if that was the case, if that was the big reveal behind Yida Lise, is that we used to know the old Yida, and that in the time that we were gone, that Louis Swat had fast forwarded us 5 years, that in that time the real Yida had died, quote unquote died, and that that Lise had come in and taken her place.
Because the Scions weren't fast forwarded, just the Warriors of Light were.
Right.
So Yida
still had all of that time.
Lise would have aged 5-6 years and maybe look no different to us, especially because she has her mask on.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, and there was, and I think that there was a big kind of character shift in Yida between 1.0 and 2.0.
Kind of makes you want to go back and kind of really like analyze the differences between the characters, doesn't it?
It does. It does. That is. I just wanted to say, but that's literally the only thing that I am holding on to.
That's the one thing you're looking forward to.
That's like the one thing that I'm curious about. The other possibility that we had talked about that I kind of rolled my eyes at. I think that if it turns out that Xenos is actually the original Yida, if that turns out to be true, and it also turns out that we knew the original Yida, that hooks me back in big time.
Especially because
is hugely compelling.
Especially because we haven't really had a chance to see a Yida, at least whatever, without Paplimo tying her down, right? So this really gives Square Enix a chance to do something very interesting and compelling and meaningful with her character.
And just a truly badass female villain. Yes, please. Could we get one of those?
Yeah.
We had Nail.
Because, I mean, like, everyone is assuming... Well, I'm funny. But everyone is kind of assuming that, that Xenos is male. That is a very sort of, like, male name, I guess, if you wanted to...
Yeah.
But the thing is that when you see that very little bit of the face inside of the mask, all you catch is the smile.
Yeah,
you don't really see any of the features. It is pretty androgynous. It could go either way if that was male or female. And... I'm kind of curious on the shot framing, how much of the neck you end up seeing. Because, I mean, dude, we focus so much on that neck tattoo, and having it just fade away like that was incredibly, I think, disappointing. I think that if you had to encapsulate the disappointment of this patch, that tattoo dissipating in this sort of like meaningless MacGuffin way, it's sort of like can be a metaphor for the disappointment of 3.56 overall. But the thing is, though, is that if that tattoo later has some meaning for in the Xenos Yida connection,
if they bring back it, and all right, see, that might make it a little bit like okay, that. Maybe.
See, but at the same time, I feel like I'm clutching at straws, though. How many times have we done this? How many times have we gone
a way better story than Square Enix has?
But how many times have we seen what they've done and gone, man, if you just changed it, or man, if this execution, if in the long con type of way, they execute it like this, that it could be good. And how many times does that happen? Like almost fucking never.
I feel like I want to write an alternate reality FF like story where it's like, this is what should have happened, and it would just be so much better.
All the Rose would be dead.
Let's go back to our phone lines and talk to Meter Man. What's up, Meter Man?
Hey, guys. And don't blame Scuro. I didn't surrender my my server name, but I'm from Cactuar. Don't blame him. He's been great.
Don't lie.
We're going to blame him,
Meter
and you
Man,
know
don't lie on Scuro's behalf.
Do you want to have your call dropped? Because this is how you get your call dropped.
Yeah, be careful.
Okay, well, drop me, but I was going to donate my boob donation to have Scuro.
What? Whoa, what was that? Oh, you got... No, I'm kidding. I didn't drop you. I just muted you.
Okay.
No,
well, you're unmuted
now. Dingus.
Okay, that's fine with me.
Okay, well, what the fuck do you want to talk about, Meter Man? Let's go.
Okay.
You're on the meter here, man.
I know. I am super scared of 4.0 now because this did not encapsulate me wanting to play 4.0. Other than the fact that we got new battle system changes coming, we got a couple of new jobs. I don't see that's worth $40. I don't see it.
40? Isn't it going to be 60?
Ooh.
Or $60, whatever. I don't care.
I mean, it should.
It's not worth that amount of money just for, hey, a couple things are fighting. I don't know what the hell they are, and we get a reveal, and but there's nothing for me as a player to say, you know what, I can't wait for the next part of the story because it's like, we're just going to get more story dumped on us. It's almost like they got too much money and too much time, and they're going to squander it.
Square Enix has one last chance, I think, to hype me for this, because we've already been seeing the opening trailer, right? Which was kind of a letdown. So the only way that they're going to be able to pull me back in is if they cut some type of new, like, cinematic promotional trailer type thing, right?
Yeah.
That they put Revolutions by Susan Calloway over top of. That's it. That's the last card up your sleeve, Square Enix, is you have to hope that Susan and her song can bring me back into this.
Now, look, I think that Square Enix has really kind of come up with a couple of problems here because, like, I'm confused. How is it that I was more hyped for an expansion in a land that we had already seen like 30% of? We were already very familiar with sections of Korthus that we were going to see. We already knew, we had been looking at Ishgard for fucking 4 years previous to that. Like, it's insane that we're now pushing out beyond the borders of what we know, and I'm like 1,000,000% less hyped for it. There's something broken there. There's something, like, not right about that.
Well, I think part of that's your dislike of the aesthetic.
Yeah,
you love that medieval aesthetic.
No,
that is right
honestly, what it is, it's at least for me, it's the whole narrative. The reason that we were excited, or at least that I was excited for Heavensward, was because of every expectation that was set up through the storyline,
right,
through the narrative. Did I give a fuck about Astrologian? Did I give a fuck about Dark Knight? I was kind of maybe interested in Machinists, but fuck them. And the whole drab, like, fucking snowy dragon place? No, nothing about the aesthetic drew me in, okay? So I'm as excited about Stormblood's aesthetic as I was about Heavensward's look, but it was all about the narrative, and there is no narrative ties that make me want to play Stormblood except some theories that we've came up with,
right,
that maybe they'll use, but probably not.
Meterman, how about you? Is the narrative a reason that you're keeping with this, or like what's going to be the nail in the coffin for you?
Well, I mean, number one, I'm not going anywhere else. I don't find any other MMO right now that is drawing me in. I mean, I've already accomplished so much just to run off and start a level 1 at nothing. I mean, with another MMO does not seem appetizing. So I'm going to probably stay with it. But
that's what Yoshi P wants you to do, though. Yoshi P has been really explicit in, like, hey, if you don't like what the fuck we're bringing to the table, go play another game. And I mean, right, like, so you don't feel compelled to go spend your time elsewhere after the 35th day in a row that you're logging in doing the same,
cap and tomes.
Yeah, like it just seems very monotonous at this point.
Double the cap.
No, this last week I didn't cap tomes. I didn't even get close. I might have even got 90 freaking tomes. That's all. Because I went in and did the story, was underwhelmed, and then I just kind of turned it off for the rest of the week.
Yeah.
Plus, also, there's just other things going on in my life. But I am not. I'm all for Yoshi saying, hey, if you don't like our content, go play something else. As long as you stay sub, he doesn't care. And if you unsub, he just wants you to come back. And there's always promotions to get people to come back. I mean, just think of the free-to-play crap. They want the free-to-players to come back so they can influence them to pay for the full game. So nothing's changed on that front. But in my case, yeah, I'm going to get, 5 or 10 more levels. I'm going to get a couple of new jobs that'll be interesting and unique to play. I am not looking forward to the Evilise crap. I mean, that doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, okay, you've had your crossovers with Crystal Tower and other places, but I didn't look at it from the crossovers perspective. I was like, what did you add to the story? And reality, now that we're later on, we actually see, oh yeah, that's, if you didn't play the Crystal Towers type stuff, you didn't understand that little jibe between you and Nero,
right,
and why y'all were so little pissy.
Yeah.
Well, geez, Meterman, you're not making me want to hype up for Stormblood. You're making me question whether I want to spend $60 on it.
Yeah, but that's the thing, though, is that for as cynical as we are, I think that there's a significant portion of the community that's right there with us.
Like, we have so many people in the chat being like, "Oh, you're too entitled. Oh, stop playing the game." How do you explain? Like, all right, fine. We've actually said that maybe we're too jaded. Maybe we're being too cynical. call in and reel us back in. And every caller so far that has, or that's called in, has agreed with us.
So come on, Azuma Kuma, put your money where your mouth is, and call the fuck in and give us some hype.
Yeah,
give us some hope here.
Don't just call in and criticize us, because we realize we're being shitty. We know that. Why don't you call in and tell us what excites you?
Yeah.
Why are you excited for Stormblood?
Because
are you more hyped than you were for Heavensward?
Because if you call up and tell us that we should just be crafting, we're going to savage you. But if you can actually give us a good point as to, why we should be hyped, like the thing is that we're giving very clear narrative reasons, very clear gameplay reasons why we're not hyped. So we're going to expect the same from you. Give us some narrative setup that we're overlooking or that we've missed or that you think we're off base on. Give us some hope for the Evilise raid. Give us some hope for the Omega raid. Give us a little bit of hope. Tell us why you're excited for the new dungeons or swimming or any of the stupid bullshit that they're trying to pass off as like, oh, here's new stuff that you can expect. No, it's the same repackaged stuff that we've already been getting that no one is terribly happy with. So, and the thing is that if people were happy with it, more people would be logging in. You would have a healthier game environment. You would have a healthier community. We don't have any of those things. Nope. None of those. Objectively, when you look at the amount of people logging in, objectively, when you look at the amount of people saying that they're having fun, when you look at the sentiment surrounding this game on Reddit, on any number, on any social media platform, it's not positive.
Yeah, so instead...
And so much of an MMO relies not just on your subscriber base, but the sentiment of that subscriber base and how much they're willing to float you for 11 fucking weeks with their monthly subscription.
And instead, they all just shitpost in the chat about, we'll give you more to talk about. We have to listen to you complain. So you proved our point.
Exactly.
Basically. That's what you've done.
Yeah, because here's the thing, dumb shits. We've got 171 people listening to us complain right now. We've got 25,000 people that still download this podcast every fucking week. It doesn't like if you think like, oh, I just want to listen to you complain more. Well, yeah, you and fucking 30,000 other people.
Else.
What do you think, like, that people have stopped listening to the show because they suddenly found out that we're not as hyped on Stormblood as we were 4 months ago? We were never really on the Stormblood train to begin with. Somebody get us on. Square Enix, get us the fuck on. That's your job. That's your job, and you're failing at it. Like, that's the thing to me, is all of these little Square Enix apologists and Yoshi P apologists come out of the woodwork and want to try to spin some kind of bullshit about why we're the bad guys for not being excited, when we're just on 70% of the community sentiment and we're the only ones that have the balls to say it. Other shows won't even bother to say it. They're going to try to drum up all the positives because guess what? They think their bottom line is determined by the success or failure of this fucking game.
All right, here.
Which, in reality, their bottom line isn't determined by the success or failure of this game because they don't have a bottom line yet.
All right, Azuma and MRUA, no, I don't want you guys to call up and convince us. I don't want you to call up and give us a reason to play, okay? Azuma, you're saying this stuff appeals to you. All I want you to do is tell us why it appeals to you.
Yeah.
You don't even have to convince us. Just call up and give me an opinion, okay? That's all I want. Just give me an opinion. I like this because... and then fill in the blank, okay? You can say we're just sitting here shitting all over it, but we've been drawing parallels to 2.55, which we liked. We told you why we liked it. We told you what it accomplished, how it made us feel. We gave you reasons, just like we're giving you reasons why we don't like what we've been seeing. So cool, you like it. Great, I believe you. Why?
And this is all...
know what we're yelling about!
And this is all subjective. It's always been subjective. It's all opinion.
This isn't right or wrong. Just tell us why you like it.
Yeah, it's so funny because so many people who tune in and they throw a fit like that. They go, oh, well, you're spreading misinformation about the game. Well, no, actually we're not. We're expressing our sentiment about the game. That's not information. That's an opinion. And sorry you don't like the opinion. But that's not why 170 people tune into the show. That's not why 25,000 people download this show. They don't want to be lied to. And if we started lying to them, guess where our numbers would be? They would be a lot less than what we're currently pulling in now. Because people, our audience trusts us with, trusts us to know what the fuck we're talking about and to come out here and to not lie and to not go, well, Square Enix is the greatest thing that's ever happened. Listen, wipe Yoshi P's cock smell out of your asshole for a second and just realize the fact that the majority of people who are paying the sub for this game are not happy with it. A lot of them are calling the show to express it. 4 of them sit behind these microphones every fucking week. Whether you want to put us as the standard bearer for FF14's community or not, that doesn't matter. We reject that title. We've always rejected that title. But the people who listen to us and the people that support this show financially or just with their ears, they know that every time we open this mic, that every time we come on this show, we're going to give them what our actual opinion is, not what we think is going to be the most palatable to the most listeners. That's what other channels do. That's what other shows do. And they do that to try to either save face or to try to save the game that they think that they're attached to. We've done that once already. And it's not fun, it's not satisfying, and it's not the show that we wanted to build. So, you know what? If you think that, okay, that's fine, that the content is engaging for you, yeah, okay, fine. Justify it a little bit more. Go the extra step. Give us an actual reason why. Because we have outlined plenty of reasons that we're dissatisfied. We have given you plenty of examples of ways that not just Square Enix, but other companies have done this better. And in the end, if Square Enix wanted to take anything that we said seriously on this show, because we know that they don't, they could end up seeing a better product because of it. Not because we're some sort of fucking game-building geniuses, but because they would be listening to and measuring the sentiment of their strongest defenders, their strongest, the strongest parts of their audience. The people who are most engaged with FF14 are the people who will listen to this show, or really any other FF14 podcast. If you're involved enough, if you're engaged enough to go out and seek a talk show out about the game that you're playing, about the MMO that you're playing, that says to me that you're really engaged and you're really committed to the product. And that those are the people that Square Enix should be paying attention to. Not these whiny little cocksuckers on forums going, oh, this content's too hard. Steps of Faith is too hard.
All right, here's a real reason. Marin V from the chat says they can't call in, but one of the redeeming factors of Stormblood for them is that they're excited that the whole overall narrative is finally being turned back around to Garlemald as the threat.
And you know what? I'll give you that one. That's totally valid, because Garlemald has sort of been taking a back seat ever since the transition from 1.0 to 2.0, ever since we dispatched Van Darnus. Yep. You know, it really, Garlemald really hasn't played that much of a role.
Ever since we met that new emperor, and it's haha, I'm here in the Sea of Clouds.
Right, yeah.
I'm gone.
Well, you're right.
Not to mention even Hydrus, right? He was cool. Some of the stronger characters from Heavensward have been Garleans. So no, Marin V, absolutely right. That is one of the reasons to look forward to. Now, given the direction they've been taking some of the narrative, I don't know that they're going to do it effectively.
See, but that point makes me just kind of want to go, okay, well then I'll skip Stormblood and I'll come back into the Garlemald expansion that comes next.
And that just goes back to what I was saying earlier, is when's the last time the Garleans did something that would make me angry with them? I'm excited to see more of it.
All right, Garlean sympathizer.
I know.
Well, and that's the thing is, I mean, from everything that we've heard from Yoshi P, Xenos is supposed to be that villain.
He's gonna be a bastard, yeah.
Yeah, he's really, he's really supposed to get under our skin.
Their gender?
I did.
She is going to be a great villain.
Drea brings up a good point too. She says that she's probably more excited about Stormblood than excited.
Curious.
Curious because there's no expectation. She says, don't get me wrong, the lack of excitement at the end is a bummer, but this is the first time that we really know nothing about what's going to happen, and maybe people are disenchanted because there isn't much concrete things to go on.
First of all, I don't think that if that's what they're doing, that's the best way to carry a narrative over in between expansions.
I do agree as well.
If that's what they're doing, I don't think that's what they're doing, because there is setup for things. There is setup for the Omega confrontation. There is setup for Ala Mhigo. There is setup even for on a character building basis for Yida and Lise. So you do have some setup that is happening there, but the thing is that none of it is as satisfying as what was set up in 2.5. That's, I think, really what we're getting to, is that 2.55 really got us ready for the next expansion in a big way, and drummed up a lot of excitement in a big way that Heavensward just isn't. And the thing is, again, I'm totally willing to cop to that it just might be me and my own cynicism surrounding, Weeby McWeberton, like that. That just might be me, but it's not just me. Is the point, is that we've heard from caller after caller that, they're also concerned about, Meterman just talking about how concerned they were for 4.0. We see a lot of people in the chat that are very concerned with the direction that Stormblood is going to be taking, and you just don't see the amount of people engaged in FF14 that you used to. You're not seeing the amount of people logged on. You're not seeing the amount of people engaging in any kind of activities, whether they be through Duty Finder, Party Finder, or the cross-server Raid Finder. None of that shit is popping.
Yep. All right, again, I have to call him out. I have to call him out because, again, he's not even doing what we're asking or trying to. Azuma, we don't even... All right, look, you don't even...
Say what he said. Say what he said. Give him context.
Read what he says. He says, can't call in, but I don't think SE is the problem. I think if you're unhappy, then maybe you're too entitled. When you have your own IP, you can direct it in the way you want, but for now, it's SE's property and Yoshi P's direction. That's fine. We fucking get that. Azuma, you're hyped for Stormblood? If the answer is yes, I want you to type out. Why are you hyped?
No, the only response that he's going to have is that you're entitled for even questioning his hype. You're entitled.
What was your favorite part of Stormblood?
Kahlo, shut up.
Come on.
No, shut
Jesus.
the fuck up, Kahlo. You're entitled. Kahlo, that you're clearly entitled. You want something that is impossible for Square Enix to achieve, even though they achieved it just one expansion ago. You're just setting out the impossible.
Yeah.
It's Yoshi P's game. It's Square Enix's game. They get to run it how they want.
They're running it into the ground.
But that's what they want.
No, you don't get to have an opinion because...
I need to check my privilege.
Because, No. You're entitled. You're entitled. You have been put in a place of privilege because of your position on this show.
Oh, of course.
Of course. You've been put in a place of privilege, and so I totally understand.
Does this not make me a community leader? As a community figure, do I not get to make these demands and these assertions? But I think I have more of a place to make these assertions than Azuma does because I'm in a place of power.
That's right.
Excuse you. You are a community figure, so you need to represent the community and make a safe environment for everyone to enjoy.
Exactly. See, here's the thing: is that you're not the mouthpiece for Azuma. You're not stating every single opinion that they hold and how they hold it, and so that makes you entitled.
You're Kahlo,
right. That makes you entitled.
You're right. You are absolutely right. So Azuma, give me one of your opinions, and I will champion that cause.
Give
me an opinion, and I will champion it.
There you go.
Kahlo Landis is your champion.
Yoshi P's dick tastes like Skittles. That's what your opinion is.
What kind?
He has to say that though.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
What kind of Skittles? The sour Skittles.
Oh, I love the sour Skittles.
No,
but not coming out someone's dick.
No. The berry flavored Skittles.
Those are bad.
The wild.
Those are so bad.
The wild berry.
That's gross.
Not just berry. wild.
Notorious BLT brings up what I'm most excited for about Stormblood, because this never lets us down. The music, the soundtrack.
That's true.
Soken always fucking delivers.
Soken, yeah, no matter what, even if I don't buy Stormblood,
I'll buy the soundtrack too.
I will buy.
Yeah,
I am
right.
buying Stormblood. I know it's.
If I check out a Stormblood at 4.0, I'll still get the soundtrack.
Yeah, I'm absolutely still buying the soundtrack, hands down, no questions asked, because you know that it's going to be good. Let's go back to our phone lines and talk to Take from the Fairy server. What's up, Take?
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yep. Of course. Yeah. What's up?
Where do I start? Okay,
from the
gents,
beginning.
Sit back, just buckle up. It's gonna be a bumpy ride.
Okay.
With your bird?
I was gonna say whatever that is, lube it up.
Okay, Square Enix, if you can hear me, and I know you're in chat somewhere, this is a narrative I just came up with, which you can have for free. Kill the Scions.
Yes.
Kill most of them.
I think that
the narrative.
They missed that opportunity, though. I think that they did. Like, they had the opportunity to kill him off, and they just missed it.
I don't know how. Kill Elfinor. Kill, I don't know, Yustola. Kill half of them. I mean, Elise can take over. I mean, just make a really good narrative. I mean, as much as we like the gameplay and the raids, the narrative is what keeps us going. And the narrative has to be really good. And, I mean, fucking Yoshi P. Get your head out of your ass. Make a really, really good story in 4.0. Don't just give it to the casuals. Fuck the casuals.
No, I think.
Also, I have a criticism for you guys. I think you guys are just being not cynical enough.
You hear that?
Whoa!
Hang on. Just a second, Take.
Can we get a drop of that?
I just want to hang on this point for just a second.
You want us to add more
You
salt?
hear that, Azuma, or whatever the fuck your stupid name is? You hear that, Azuma? We're not being cynical enough. And I also like that, vulgarity isn't a fucking substitute for fucking humor. Go fuck yourself. That it's not a fucking substitute for humor.
You're right.
I don't think he knows what the fuck he's fucking talking
It's not a
about.
substitute for humor. It is humor.
It is. That's right.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Now, I know people are probably going to go and say, "Fuck this guy. He has no right to say that."
They're already saying it.
I've done every single content in this game. Everything, Savage, everything. I have an opinion, and much more better than most of you in chat, that this game is fucked.
Oh yeah.
Hold on. Unless they make it better in 4.0.
I have a test. I have a test. You've done every content in this game.
How many Lords of Reminion tournaments have you won?
Show me the penguin you got from Lords of Reminion.
That's not content.
Called you out.
But he's not wrong. That's not content.
No. But here's the thing. But under that reductive logic, you can't have opinions about anything because you haven't experienced everything.
Ooh, I totally burned you.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
No, but look, and you know what? You bring up a great point. That there's that whole fallacy that you guys aren't really engaged with the game, so therefore your opinions don't matter, and that really is just a convenient way to sidestep somebody's actual point that they're making. Like all Azuma really shot back with was, well, everything that they're developing seems really interesting to me. Well, that's nice. Have you not been playing this game for 2 fucking years? Because guess what? This is already the shit that we've been playing for 2 years. So if there are some of us here that aren't as enthused about it as you are, having 6 months under your belt, then that's probably why, because it's the same shit over and over again. I don't understand how, if you've been playing this game for long enough, or as long as we have, how you could look at this same treadmill of content that they have coming out, that they're going to trot out here in a couple of months, and go, yeah, this is acceptable. I don't understand, dude.
Yeah. I also have a few predictions for what 4.0 might bring.
Okay.
I think we're going to have Bahamut 4.0. So it's going to be a reskinned Coil. And Omega is just going to be a trash mob in the 24-man.
If they did that, I'd actually be kind of into that.
Wait, Ivalice is going to be the 24-man, right?
No. And also, everyone at the start of the expansion will get their max level relics, and weight tier weapons will be redundant.
Will you write story episodes for us?
Hang on.
Can you write our outlines
so
for us?
just to clarify though, with your prediction on the relic weapon, what you're saying is that we would have the ability to enhance it to its max level all the way out of the
No. It's gonna be in the main story quest, and we'll get it straight away. It's gonna be fully upgraded. No work needed, because you know what?
No, that's stupid.
Just give it to the casuals. I mean, that's the direction. That's the direction Yoshi P is going with.
I understand why you would say. Look, I understand what the decisions in this game have been, especially during Heavensward, that would lead you to that conclusion. But the thing is I think that Yoshi P's he's not a dumb person, and he's made some bad decisions, but he hasn't made catastrophically bad decisions, which is why he's still in the position that he's in. So the fact that he's not making catastrophically stupid decisions, to me, says that they may actually be able to address some of the problems with the relic weapon in the 4.0 stage. If it's just a gimme, if it's just a thing that you get through completing the MSQ, I don't see that, dude. I don't see that at all. I think what they need to do, especially with the relic weapon, is they need to make it upgradable to its max level right out of the gate. It should take you forever to do it. Yeah, the amount of ass grind that you're gonna have to do is gonna be fucking ridiculous. That way,
butt stunts with it.
That way, yeah, exactly. That way, you get these sort of OCD P1 players back into the pool that are playing obsessively and poop socking to be able to get their ultimate weapon right out of the gate, and then they'll check out for 6 months. That's what I think would lend Square Enix, that would actually get them a little bit more sub money. That would get them subs for a longer period of time, because of course there's going to be those people who go half the distance and then they can't pull the trigger on canceling their sub, because what if I find the free time to go back and poop sock the other half? It is legitimately one of the smarter ways to organize your content right out of the gate, so that you're hitting people and keeping them subbed for longer.
Man, I really hope they do that. I really hope they just make enough content to keep us going the entire time. I mean, it's not okay for Yoshi to go and say, if you've got nothing to do in game, go play another game. How can you say that? You're a developer. You should be constantly thinking of making your game, keeping your subs engaged in the game, not just saying, okay, just play for 2 months and then go and play something else.
Right. Well, and they've also stated that they're going to attach the next relic weapon to Eureka as well. So, I
3.0.
Yeah, I honestly think if you make it a ridiculous grind, a ridiculous ass grind, and you're also shoving people into Eureka, I think that might be the smart way to do it. But the thing is that it's got to have that reward there. You've got to dangle out that reward there, and I think that having your ultimate, you're working on your ultimate weapon, and instead of releasing the next stage of the weapon with a patch, that you're just easing the requirements as patches go on and progress, so that by the end of it, all of the stages are much more reasonable, as opposed to this crazy ass grind that you've got to do. I think that's a much smarter way to do it. And other MMOs have done this in the past, and it's been incredibly successful for them. So I don't know why Square Enix continues to do it piecemeal, with every patch getting a different, getting another minor upgrade to your final weapon. Thanks for the call, Take. We appreciate it. If you want to call Limit Break Radio on Skype, 810-515-8715, limitbreakradio.com/Discord. We have got just a couple of minutes left in the show. We'll take, we're going to take 2 more calls. We're going to take 2 more calls before we get out of here. So if you want to express your opinions about 3.56, give us a call. Limit Break Radio on Skype, 810-515-8715, limitbreakradio.com/
really quick
Discord.
I don't think we ever addressed the fact that Nika's not here, did we?
Maybe not.
Yeah.
We really didn't want to.
Well, she's actually pregnant this time, guys, so she's not here today.
Jeez.
3rd baby, right?
I think it's 8. She just pops them out
every time she's gone, it's a new baby. Anyway, So but I think I honestly, I mean, dude, don't jump down our throats, Azuma, for being cynical or for being, disengaged or disenchanted. Like, we're not alone.
Yeah.
Clearly, there's a whole, Twitch channel full of FF14 players that, between the chat room and calling up and directly disagreeing with you, you seem to be one of 3 people on that side of the Red Rover room.
Yeah, you can't tell me, okay, that looking back on Square Enix's pedigree, okay, you can't tell me that the revelation of, oh, look, her tattoo is disappearing, that was as compelling as the fact that Zidane was a clone, or that Sephiroth was created in a fucking lab, or that that all the orphans came from the same fucking orphanage, or that Terra's an Esper.
That's not even a spoiler. Fuck you.
Now you know.
You're triggering poor Ascali. Look at him. He's on the floor quivering.
You know how desperate he is that he has to give credit to that scene in FF8 to make his point.
Well, that's the only thing from FF8 that I could remember as like a plot twist.
One of the most universally hated parts of that story. A part even I don't like of that story.
Yeah, okay.
Renoa is a sorceress.
Yep.
Yeah.
She is.
That's a plot twist, right?
It was, yes.
It's more relevant. That's more relevant than orphan shit.
But that's my point. That twist should have been like a huge and instead I was like, fuck you. Fuck you, Square Enix.
And that should really never be the reaction to a plot. Unless you're M. Night Shyamalanian or whatever the fuck.
Shamyland.
Shamyland.
That's what it was.
M. Night Lambshanks.
Look at this woman in Jello. I'd like to point out the reason that got me so bad, because maybe in your heads it was just like a woman like wrestling in Jello or something. I actually pictured like this gigantic life-size Jello cup, and she's frozen in it like carbonite, like with just like her face and her hands pressed up against the edge of the Jello cup. When I went up there to get our drinks, I almost poured your tea into my cup because I was laughing so hard.
That was one of the dumber jokes that I've ever made. I don't even know why that was funny.
Oh, so good.
Anyway, if you want to call the show, Limit Break Radio on Skype, 810-515-8715, limitbreakradio.com/Discord. Come on, Scuro, do your goddamn job.
Oh, someone's called in already.
Well,
did he not tell you?
No, he didn't.
Oh my God, guys.
That's what I'm saying. He's not doing his job because I don't know whether to fucking say, to bring him on to the call or not, unless he says some shit to me.
Okay, well, we got Velvet Crow calling in about some background stuff on Othard and is excited.
What's up?
Hey man, how's it going?
Good. So you're excited for Stormblood because of some background lore to Othard. Let us know a little bit more about that. What are we overlooking here?
Well, first of all, we have yet to run into 2 of Midgar Solmer's children. All right, one of them is definitely known to be at the top of Othard, and sometime during the 4.0 expansion, we should run into this one.
Is it Vertra?
And we know that this... I think it might be Vertra.
All right, that could be exciting.
I know Vertra is one of his 2 remaining children. I just don't know if it's the one in Othard.
Remember the Tiamat reveal in Heavensward was pretty fucking like amazing.
And then they
didn't do anything with it. Yeah. Continue.
Yeah, and it's not, and it's just not only that. We in the lore book we have a bunch of like subtle hints at like stuff that has gone down in Othard, but we don't know anything that like completely connects Othard to Eorzea, period. And that's the main thing I'm excited for, because we know a lot about Eorzea right now, minus a bunch of stuff in Ala Mhigo because we haven't been there yet.
Right.
But once we head over to Othard, we will be able to see all the connections that, like, what happened, and the reason why some of these Ala, have made it over to Eorzea.
Sure. No,
because there's in Ozzy's Step, there's a whole
Well, there's an element of intrigue with seeing how Eorzea fits into like the global political landscape.
Absolutely,
like because we've all been within the bubble of Eorzea since the beginning of time in there.
Right.
We know Garlemald was invaders, and we know Ala Mhigo's over there, but they're still part of Eorzea.
What's weird, I mean, and we even have, we've even gotten stories from Mericidia and from, Charlayan proper, things like that. We do know that clearly there is a larger geography. We've known about, the Garlean Empire and their landmass up to the northeast. But, we've known about these for a long time, but yet still, for some reason, I have a tough time actually, accepting that Othard is on the same map, especially because it seems very disconnected. And when we talked about the new Heavensward zones that were added with 3.0, we did say that in a lot of ways they felt very disconnected from the rest of the world that had been built. And I think at least part of that may have influenced the decision to go over to Othard, now moving into Stormblood. And I think that is the one thing that kind of interests me, is to see how different Othard is from Eorzea. But I think that they need to, to really make it feel unique, they need to get rid of a few things that we have been very over-reliant on in Eorzea. I think the idea of an Aether network should probably be something that's relegated only to Eorzea. If we had to actually, traverse different terrains and go to actual different places on the map and make that feel meaningful instead of just warping a couple of different places for Gil, that may be a way to make Othard feel unique from Eorzea. Are they going to do that? Fuck no, they won't. We know that they're not going to. They don't have the balls to do that kind of thing.
But they could make it so much, so interesting, if they say, well, there is no Aethernet here, but, we do have an airship network here. It's important to be able to travel.
Well, look at what, what World of Warcraft did with their last expansion. I'm pretty sure that they're still not flying in the new expansion.
It's coming out in this patch in 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Yeah,
you have to earn it through a bunch of different achievements. So even the idea that through an expansion we have to establish an Aethernet, an Aether network, right? And you have to accomplish certain things before you personally have access to it. That'd be fucking cool.
Yeah.
Heaven forbid Final Fantasy 14 players have to work for something.
So somebody in the chat brought up a good point. I forgot who it was now because it's up there a ways. But whatever happened to the Ascian storyline?
With Zodiark?
That's a great question.
It's kind of gone by the wayside.
God damn, that's a good question.
Right?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Is anyone else worried about that? I kind of am.
We kind of seen them here and there, but are we just supposed to think since we killed a bunch of them that they're scared of us now? Well, because I don't think that's
they were trying to work it through manipulating the Warriors of Darkness, and we've kind of temporarily put a halt to that plan. So I would assume they're still working on it, but we just don't know.
They kind of hit a snag with the whole Warriors of Darkness.
Yeah, we turned that one around on them.
But I mean, again, I think the Warriors of Darkness was such a poorly executed plot point overall.
Man, that could have been a whole expansion.
I mean, you could have gotten more than a fucking patch out of it. And the thing is that it didn't really build on the larger narrative in any way. You just sort of had Ascians that were over here doing things with Warriors of Darkness, and none of it had an impact. It didn't make a difference. They killed Ravana once, and it's oh, okay.
All it did to us is sort of solidify that, all right, there are other worlds out there, and some of them... I think the only thing that was cool about that was the idea
it built the celestial lore. I think that was the only
right. It was cool to think that, there was actually a world that was consumed by light as opposed to darkness.
I guess. I don't know. It's a little bit, though, trying to introduce the entirety of the celestial canon from Marvel into the MCU all at once. You know what I mean?
In an Avengers movie instead of doing Guardians.
Exactly. Yeah. And not even in an Avengers movie, in the last third of an Avengers movie. You know what I mean? If that was in the last third of the new Doctor Strange movie, that would be fucking weird, right?
It'd be stupid.
It feels shoehorned. That's what it feels like. It feels like the Warriors of Dark was a stopgap measurement to get us from 3.3 in the end of the Dragon Song War and into ramping up for Ala Mhigo, and yet it impacted neither one of those things at all. At all. And that was, I think, the most frustrating. I think the only thing that it did was it showed how the Eyes of Nidhogg got from from the Warriors of Dark possession into Ilberd's possession.
All right, Majoga.
God damn it!
If Eureka, because I think that they would have already teased this if it was, but if Eureka somehow has to do with us traveling to like the first shard or exploring the other shards, that would have me hype as fuck.
Now, what if that's also the idea behind the Evilise raid? I mean, like if you can go to Eureka on a different shard and Evilise is on a different shard, and now we're just shard explorers,
shard hoppers.
Yeah, like
shard hoppers.
Is that something that you guys would be interested in seeing? I don't know that that's a plot point.
We've already seen most of Hydaelyn, so what's the point of traversing there?
Hey, you know what? It's not Weeb Town.
I mean,
it could be.
I wouldn't want to see all the different ones, but I'd like to see at least one other shard. Yeah, see what it's like, see the differences. That'd be fun to see.
Not
the
even
changes.
going to any other shards, but going to a shard that's been destroyed or consumed in some way.
I don't know that that's possible.
Maybe
just going into a void.
One of the shards is Kingdom Hearts, and we can hang out with Sora, Donald, and Goofy.
Okay. All right.
Woof.
Stop. No, you're done. Thanks for the call. If you want to call, we're going to take one more caller. By the way, Scuro, remember to tell me who the fuck it is. Genius. Limit Break Radio on Skype, 810-515-8715, limitbreakradio.com/Discord to call in. We're going to take one more caller before we get out of here. And of course, make sure to line your calls up for next week. That's right. Sit right here at twitch.tv/limitbreakradio for a full week. Don't move a muscle. Just have a chamber pot next to you and all of your Doritos and Mountain Dew.
A chamber pot?
Yes.
Okay, now excuse
Who has
you.
chamber pots? It's just going to be a 10-gallon plastic bucket.
Yeah, when I use my chamber pot, I have to use a lot of muscles. So definite paradox there. Can't do both. Can't move a muscle and shit.
Is that not what you guys call the pot that you keep in your room?
We don't keep pots
pot
in our room.
like the chamber pot.
No, like the pot that you smoke.
You smoke shit?
No.
Oh, so you weren't talking about shitting in a pot?
No, I was talking about the room the weed that you keep in your room.
Oh, the marijuana.
Your chamber pot. That's right.
Oh no.
How else do you think that you're going to be able to spend a week in front of a Twitch stream that's not live?
I thought you were talking about pooping.
Oh no, there are bathrooms for that. You can get up and go to the bathroom. We'll give you permission to do that.
That is still moving a pot, though.
No, it's not.
Oh,
that's moving the thunder bucket.
The thunder bucket.
Anyway, all right. Do we have our last caller ready to go?
It was going to be that MURA guy, but he's not answering, so we have Crimson Tinted instead.
Oh, God. That's so disappointing because MRUA just talks up such a game in the fucking chat all episode.
He really wants to talk. He's saying, fuck you, Scuro, so maybe it's Scuro's fault.
I don't believe that for a second.
All right, let's talk to Crimson Tinted. What's up, Crimson?
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'd be doing a hell of a lot better if 3.56 wasn't a fucking wet fart.
Oh, I was hoping that you were going to call in and school us, man.
I want at least one person to try to defend this.
Hey, asshole! You guys suck!
I just want Scuro, do your job and figure out if there's at least one person that's calling in that wants to defend this. We'll take one more call, maybe, if there is one person. Anyway, Crimson, go on. We're not trying to shit on your call. It's just, we would love to get someone who disagreed with us today.
We got one person.
Well, because, I mean, we have a couple of people who are so, vocal in the chat room about us, not letting a fair opinion go over the air. So, if there's someone who is on the other side of this fence, let's hear from them. Anyway, Crimson, why did you think 3.56 was such a wet fart, man?
So I guess the point that I have to make, we'll cover that, but we'll actually inadvertently also have a positive thing at the end of it. So you might get a little bit of what you want. I look at the content, right, throughout the Heavensward series. I look at the story throughout the Heavensward series. And what killed me most about it was the drawn-out pacing of it as compared to 2.x. I feel like every major patch in 2.x gave you enough story, gave you enough interesting characters, gave you enough carrots that you wanted to stick around for every successive patch, whereas Heavensward continually dangled the carrot in front of your face until the very end, and then the carrot itself was disappointing. I don't feel like you can make people like string along for 3 major patches with no payoff whatsoever, and then drop a very mass sort of cherry on top at the end.
Right. No, I totally agree, and I don't even know that they even tried to go for the cherry, man. That's my problem with it.
They put a dildo on a stick and expected us to run after it.
Only Ascali's going to run after that one.
That's the double dick stick, right?
And you know what? Even he was disappointed.
Because it wasn't giant size.
You done fucked up.
Man, I just don't even know, dude. I just don't even know. All right, so thanks for the call. We appreciate it. Was there anyone that you wanted to shout out or any other points that you wanted to make before we let you go?
I mean, I suppose, though, as far as the positive points, I'll be real quick about it. Though the pacing of content in Heavensward was just all wrong, I do think they've at least introduced the beginnings of enough plot points where they could develop it into something interesting. Omega coming out of the ground could be something, could tell us something new and interesting about Alec and the world we're in. It could invest us if they do it right. But right now, it's just a fucking steampunk machine.
Yeah, Omega's just, chilling back with Marty McFly, fighting Biff right now. That's all that's going on.
Yeah, it really does sort of feel like that. And I'm tired of being disappointed by 14. I'm tired of having all of this expectation or having all of the, doing all of this speculation, trying to figure out where are they going to go next, and then constantly being let down by what that answer is. Mm-hmm. I mean, again, it's sort of like, the lady in red being Yida, dude, that was... It was funny because Nero is Trump tried to copy and paste that a bunch of times.
Spoil everybody at the beginning.
As if it was as if he was running in and going, Snape kills Dumbledore. No, you're not.
Everyone's just duh.
Duh.
Welcome to 6 months ago.
Right. Of course it was. Anyway.
Nobody even called him out for spoilers.
I know.
Okay.
By the way, I did not get a message from Scuro on who that caller was. Again, Scuro failing to do his goddamn job.
Jesus. Did he send you a large list of people who were going to call?
Yes, he did. And why?
Oh my God.
Why?
I told
Why
him
would you
not
do
to
that?
do that?
Why would you do that?
Say, earlier in the show,
one at a time.
When I had the iPad up, I would see something come through, and it was just 2 callers waiting. One caller in Discord, 2 on the line.
I don't need constant updates. I just need to know who's on the line and ready to go so that I can fucking address them by name.
All you do is Crimson Tinted from so-and-so server wants to talk about wet farts.
Seriously, honestly, Kooky is going to fucking flip her shit. Kooky is going to be so legitimately pissed when she hears this episode and hear how badly Scuro fucked up. And it's not even that he fucked up and is trying his best to fix it. It's he's fucking up and trying being worse at it because he thinks it's funny or cute.
Speaking of which, Kooky just sent us a message. Am rushing home. Am tired.
Kooky, please don't rush
miss you.
home.
How are you so bad at the simplest of fucking tasks? I think Scuro is just kind of he's sitting around thinking that I'm being funny, I'm being funny mean at him, and he doesn't actually understand that I will never let him do this again, that I will never let him hold this kind of responsibility for Limit Break Radio ever again.
You know what's sad is that he still has that one clip from that one show where you praised him at the end.
We can delete that.
No, he probably has it saved to his computer. He probably
now he does.
He
you
probably
stupid idiot.
faps to that shit.
I mean, seriously, how incompetent do you have to be taken off of call screening as a fucking responsibility? You know what you did, Scuro? You know what you've done? And everyone can thank Scuro for this. You've just ensured that Kooky can never take another weekend off. That's what you did.
You
fucked up so bad.
We have to punish Kooky.
No, we're not punishing Kooky, but we can't afford to not have her on a weekend, which means that we're gonna have to talk to her about how much to compensate her to make sure that she can be here every Sunday. But I mean, this is proof positive that we can't trust Scuro with something like this.
Wait a second. I have an idea.
What?
if we put Juxta back on calls, because remember when he's on calls he has to concentrate.
That's right.
He can't contribute to the conversation.
That's right.
Which means if we put him on calls, he derails less.
That's true.
It's kind of like when you have a kid you're babysitting, you just give them a toy and hope that they like fuck off and leave you alone.
So who would we bring in as a host if Juxta is too busy?
Prince Clary.
Oh, yeah, that's not a bad idea.
That way we get actual real opinions.
No, that
and
doesn't work.
Thought-provoking
Prince Clary can only replace Escalia, which is fine by me. Don't get me wrong, but
don't shift the blame over here. We're on you right now.
I think if we took the responsibility away from Scuro of the phone lines, and we placed that squarely back on you, and you were running drops.
Yep.
Now you're contributing in the only two ways that you really genuinely do contribute to the show.
The only other way is we clone Kooky.
So what you're saying is I have to fuck up as bad as Scuro, so I don't have to do calls again?
Except
since that's what I'm hearing.
Except since you're here, we will just beat you.
Yeah. It'll come along with a completely different set of expectations.
Yep.
Okay, well, guess what? If you beat me, that's just Tuesday night, Daddy.
All right, one last thing before we go. We had talked about this at the beginning of the show, kind of speculated what we thought it might end up being, and I just kind of wanted to share this. This just popped across the Twitter feed.
Yeah, but no one's going to get it. I don't think they would do that. No one's going to get the reference.
What do you mean?
What?
That's what you said earlier. That like no one's gonna get that reference.
Oh yeah. I mean,
turns out they don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I was gonna say, obviously FF people get the reference, but anyone who doesn't have any vested interest in Final Fantasy XIV is just
do wrestling fans get it? Probably not. But
they're just gonna be like, aha, they're being crazy again.
Here you go. There is a picture of the Chocobo ice cream cart.
Oh my god!
The fat Chocobo ice cream cart, as well as the samurai get-ups that the New Day the New Day is rocking on the way to the
stage. Kofi's got his red mage gimmick garb on.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a red magey and samurai motif that they all have going.
I dig it.
I think it's kind of clever. I mean,
logos all over the place.
Look, the fact Xavier Woods is a great guy, and I'm a big fan of his. So I think just by virtue of the fact that it's him doing it, I'm willing to give it way more of a pass. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
the samurai shit though is just a little bit.
No, that conversation went, all right, Kofi, here's what I want to do, and Kofi said, hell yeah, and he's like, all right, Biggie, this is what I want to do, and Biggie said, whatever. That's how that conversation went.
Well,
Infinity Fox says, well, no one's buying Stormblood now.
I can't wait to get home and watch this. This is gonna be great.
Yeah,
is that our Red Mage AF?
Yes, hopefully.
Okay, good.
Can it be a wrestling singlet?
What's a singlet?
It's the thing that they wear.
It's what Biggie is wearing right now in that picture. It's a singlet.
That's a samurai.
No, that's the samurai belt and robe. But that thing underneath it. That's what I think the Red Mage AF should be.
Hell yeah.
Just the spandex. None of the other shit. Just the spandex.
Oh. I'd be fine with that.
Yeah, I knew you would be fine with it. I didn't understand why you were giving me shit about it.
After we get the gold saucer bunny.
Oh my
bunny
god!
Outfit for males.
That was on the Jumbotron. Are those Chocobo balls down there at the bottom?
Oh my god, they do. I think those are supposed to be fat Chocobo legs, but those do look like Chocobo.
Fat Chocobo balls.
They look like fat Chocobo testicles. Dear God.
Dear Lord.
Oh my god. Anyway, shout out to Xavier Woods and WrestleMania. I think that's what all of us are going to go fuck off and watch right now.
Bye, losers.
Thanks for tuning in, calling in. We want to thank all of our callers today. It's been interesting hearing from y'all. Did we ever get one that was on the other side of the fence?
Yeah.
Kind of.
That wanted to defend?
Yeah, we had the guy call and talk about how he's interested in Othard.
I think
that was it. That was it.
Velvet Crow.
That was
about it.
Yeah, he was excited.
Yeah, that was about it though.
Because we don't know anything about Othard.
I mean, yeah, but I don't think that's a driving reason for me.
It doesn't make me hype.
Yeah, I know. It doesn't. And that's the thing.
I'm not like, oh yeah, I get to walk through all these cool new zones one time and then remember everything, because that's about the only time they stay new.
I'll tell you what I'm not hyped for is that stupid ramen bowl zone.
Really?
I'm so salty about that.
Why?
It looks so stupid.
You don't.
You are like the king of stupid looking shit.
And you're not stupid looking enough, so it's just dumb. They're trying to make like the stupid shit look normal, which just makes it stupid. If you're gonna be stupid, make it stupid, not stupid normal. Right, Escalia?
If it's gonna be dumb, go whole hog on it.
Yeah, fucking give me a fat chocobo. Give me fucking fat chocobo head, slime helmet. That shit's fine.
Yeah, don't
half-ass it.
Think about like the Paisa house. Like if it had just been like kind of like themed after a Paisa rather than just being a full-on Paisa, that would have been fucking stupid.
Yes, thank you. Someone gets it.
Will you end the show, please?
But they can't do that. They can't do that for an entire fucking city zone.
Why
They
not?
can't just be like, it's stupid. This is dumb city.
Yeah, he's like, oh, it can't just be a bowl. They should have actually had like the ramen logo carved into the side. Then it would have been fine.
Yeah, if it had top ramen on the side, I would have thought it was funny.
Or if there if there was a giant building that looked like chopsticks in the bowl, cool.
That'd have been awesome.
Shut up.
Cup noodle.
You're dumb.
Final Fantasy 15.
Go
Fuck
away.
You. It's a thing.
Shut up.
Discovered a new recipe.
Stop making words.
The next time you tune in, there will be 2 hosts because we killed the other ones.
Quit breathing. That escalated quickly.
Penis.
All right, let's get out of here. Thanks, guys, for tuning into Limit Break Radio today. Join us next week. We're going to be comparing the entirety of 2.0 versus the entirety of 3.0, and we're going to want to hear from you. Which did you think was better, 2.0 or 3.0? We all I think we know what the answer is going to be, but we're asking you anyway. So
it was rhetorical.
You've got a week to think about it. LimitBreakRadio.com is our website. Twitch.tv/LimitBreakRadio. Make sure that you're joining us at 4 p.m. I want to thank my crew. Scuro, thanks for nothing. But also, Kahlo, Landis, Juxtaposition, and Escalia Rayumasa. My name's Nero. Keep listening. Now, Limit Break Radio is a production of LimitBreakRadio.com and Bender Media Productions. This episode was produced by Aniro Grigori, Kahlo Landis, and Juxtaposition, and Kooky Persona. Final Fantasy XIV and Eorzea are trademarks of Square Enix. Funding for Limit Break Radio is provided by Miri Kennett, Satori Komeji, Dark Flux, Null Packet, Shira Heartslot, and fellow Limit Break Radio listeners. Hey, I'm a dragon. To support Limit Break Radio, visit patreon.com/Limit Break Radio. Opening music in this episode from Daniel Lambie. Listen to Man with the Machine Gun and other great tracks at facebook.com/Daniel Lambie Metal Gamer. Closing music in this episode provided by Husky by the Geek. Listen to this and other great Final Fantasy XIV and video game rock covers and original music at facebook.com/Husky by the Geek. In-game graphics for Limit Break Radio's Twitch stream are provided by Diamond Multimedia. Check out their line of AMD graphics cards and other hardware at diamondmm.com. Limit Break Radio and its hosts are solely responsible for its content. Hey, I'm a dragon over here!